2K Sports presents the NBA with Hall of Famer Doris Burke.
Yo, what's up, 2K culture? It's your boy MB2k, all day, every day, in the house and the place to be. Coming back at you with another MyTeam banger. I just want to say good morning, guys.
And it's Gilmore in power forward.
And it's time to start the grind. I just woke up like about 40-50 minutes ago, and I'm already on the sticks, ready to grind. And I'm trying to complete all of these the Festival of Champions event, and it's a lot. It's a bit overwhelming. It's probably longer than any challenge I've ever seen in this game. And I've been at it for a couple of days now, trying to complete this shit, and I've just been kind of falling asleep on the challenge. Like, it's been that boring. It's pretty repetitive and shit, and it's pretty lengthy. And I was like, let me spark up the stream and just get it done with the people in the chat, because I can't do this alone. It's been that boring that I've actually been falling asleep on all of these challenges. It's just way too many challenges. In this season, there's been so many agendas to complete. I've only had a chance to play about, I want to say, 11 games of Showdown, maybe 5 games of Park, and I've been playing a lot of salary cap because, you know, you get all the good prizes and all the good rewards are in salary cap. So I've been grinding salary cap a lot, but that's the only thing I've had time for besides these agendas, because there's been so many damn challenges, man. And it's really been keeping me a little too busy and preventing me from what I want to do the most, which is play Showdown. Like, I like salary cap, but I love Showdown, and I really miss it, and I can't wait to get back to it for next season.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Oh, what up, Chase? I'm gonna grind my last downtown set of challenges to get. Oh no, Chase, I still have to get to that, and that's what I'm talking about, Chase. There's so much to do right now. They got the Champions of the Festival of Champions event going on. You have to grind out all of that, and then there's the downtown challenges. You have to grind all of that to get your 100. Then you have to grind out salary cap to get your other 100. And it's just been so much offline grinding, most of it. I'm just kind of tired and bored of it because there's just so much of it. And it's a lot to keep up with. And it keeps you a little too busy. And it keeps you on the game a little too much. And I wouldn't mind being on the game a little too much if I was doing a lot of online gaming. But this is all like offline gaming that I'm doing now. And it's kind of boring. And it gets real repetitive, and like I said, they make the challenges like too lengthy now. There's just too many of them. So I feel like, you know, it's just been a huge, long process. This whole season has been all about agendas and completing these fucking challenges, and it's been too much. And I've been trying to keep up with it, but the shit is that it's so boring at times that I'm over here falling asleep, you know, while I'm trying to complete these fucking challenges. No one wants to play 4 games with the Indiana Pacers. Nobody wants to do that, 2K. That is just boring, and it puts your ass to sleep. And there's so many other challenges. Like, there was one where you had to, like, win 14 or 15 games in a row. These challenges have been a bit too much and way too time-consuming. And it's boring playing against the computer, so I was like, I can't do this alone anymore.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number.
Oh, Miller, this whole season is trash. I think, and I didn't want to say this earlier, but I think this has been the most boring, most lame season thus far. This season has been very lame, and I just can't believe how boring they made this season. Okay, what do I gotta do over here? 35 rebounds and 35 blocks? That's ridiculous, 35 rebounds and 35 blocks. Good lord. And that's what I mean, is that these games are just... It's just asking for way too much, and like they're just coming up with these ridiculous challenges just to keep you on the game longer than you should be, you know, on. And like, it's the summertime. I want to get out there and touch grass. You know, I've got a girl. I want to get out there and, you know, and hang out with her and, you know, take her out on dates and shit. You know, I want to take my son to the theme parks. I don't want to constantly be on this game grinding it out, you know, just because I don't want to miss out on a 100. And 2K does a great job of that, of making you feel like, hey, if you're not on this game 24/7 grinding it out, you're going to miss out on something. And they do a great job of creating FOMO. Nobody wants to miss out on a free 100. Nobody wants to miss out on the free Invincible. So they know that everyone's going to be on the game grinding, and this is what they're going to spend, you know, their summer doing. But it's way too much. And it's too much for a free Invincible. It's too much for a damn free 100. You know, these challenges have become a bit much. Yo, what up, Triple J? Razor, you can get a 100 in for grinding out salary cap. You could also get a 100 for grinding out the downtown challenges. You could also get an Invincible for grinding out the playoff challenges. So they are giving out, and like you said,
number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Hold on, let me catch up with the chat real quick. And like Triple J said, they are giving out way too little, you know, for way too much work. And like, I could understand, like, maybe for like the playoff challenges, for example, if Oklahoma City wins, instead of just giving us one Invincible, why not give us an Invincible Chet and Invincible SGA for all of that grinding? It was a lot of grinding, man. And I feel like they are giving out way too little and asking for way too much grinding. And yes, I know 2K doesn't control my life. I love this game. It is my daily grinder. It's probably the one of my biggest hobbies that I have in my life. And I've played a lot. I'm on the game a lot, and I love playing it. So I don't mind being on the game and stuff. I just feel like for the average person, you know, that doesn't have all this time to grind out the game, if you got to get to work, you know, you got a family to attend to, you know, 2K knows that people have other things to do. They can make these challenges a little bit more, you know, less time consuming and shit, a little bit more friendly to the average, you know, casual player that's not on the game at, you know, 6 to 8 hours a day.
Offensive rebound.
And, you know, for the most part, most people aren't on the game for 6 to 8 hours a day. Most people play this game for maybe 2 hours tops. And if you're only on this game for like 2 hours a day, with all of these damn challenges to complete, you're going to fall behind because there's a lot to do. Can you do an expansion team series, please?
Most people play off.
Miller, let me know what you mean by doing expansion team series. I would like to know what you mean by that.
And range. You cannot let Pascal
I play mostly just offline, but you know, with this game, Razor, if you want to make any MT, which you need MT to have, you know, to get good players, and you need good players to run into Showdown, to play Showdown, you definitely need elite players to run in the park. And the only way you're going to get those elite players is if you have MT and if you have a lot of MT. And the only way for you to get MT is either by ripping packs, a lot of packs, or by either grinding out the events. Because by grinding out these events, you can make a good amount of MT. I'm talking about, you know, like in upwards of 1 million or more MT. You know, if you just grind out all the events and you're also ripping a few packs here and there, or maybe like a box or something, you can make a lot of MT off of these events. And that's the only way you're going to get the elite players that you need to enjoy Showdown. And that's the only way you're going to get the elite players that you need to enjoy the park, because the park is sweaty as fuck. So I'm not going to miss out on any of the MT or any of the possible players you can get for free. Because, like, you know, like Carlos says, if it's free, it's for me. And you got to get any free stuff that this company's going to give you. But if it wasn't for that, I would just be playing Showdown all the time. I would just be playing, you know, salary cap or park. But again, I'm not going to miss out on the free stuff because, you know, I've spent so much money and given so much money to this company. Believe me, if they're giving out something for free, if they're giving out a free 100 in salary cap, I'm going to get it. If they're giving out a free Invincible just to do the playoff challenges, I'm going to do it. You know, you got to break even somehow with this game. I'll look it up, Miller, for sure. I'll definitely look it up. Yo, what up, Ref? Ref, your new name, Pimple Face, is insane. It is just irking the shit out of people. Like, you don't even have to troll the chat anymore. Just your name, Pimple Face, Ref. It's just irking the fuck out of the community. Everyone's been saying that you have to go back to Ref. This new name, Pimple Face, it just conjures up like the worst thoughts of like a huge pimple, you know, ready to be popped. And like, oh my god, it is just irking the fuck out of people. You need to go back to Ref. Pimple Face is just irking the shit out of people. But I'm gonna get it done. They're real easy to complete. It's not like any of these challenges are difficult. They're super easy. It's just that they're always time consuming.
That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And I really don't mind starting my day off, you know, completing agendas and stuff like that, because that's usually the way I start my day off, is by completing some challenges. I never start my day off with salary cap or showdown or the park. I find that way too intense, way too sweaty for the morning. I don't start my day off like that. So I usually start my day off, you know, completing challenges, but there's been so many of them that now I feel like it's just gotten overwhelming. And I just want to catch up to them. So I'm going to spend like a lot of time grinding today and just getting all of these challenges done and out the way. Because I know on Friday they're going to probably drop another challenge for the free 10-pack box. And on Friday I'm going to probably want to rip a box, depending how good the promo is. And I'm going to be real busy on Friday listing stuff into the auction house and stuff like that. And I got to start working the MT method and cashing in on all the sneakers and the takeover boost that I have to put into the auction house. And that's going to take me days, and that's going to take me weeks and hours every day to do. But I think I've got like about 1 million MT worth of sneakers sitting in my collection that I need to cash in on, because I'm a little bit low on MT. I'm currently sitting on 5 million MT, and I want to get back up to 7 million MT. I feel like if I can get back up to 7 million MT, I'll be in a really good spot for the remaining of this game, for the remainder of this game. With 7 million MT, I'll probably be able to get every single player that I want to get from this game. Oh, Razor, that is so... Oh my gosh, Razor, you just completely grossed me out. Mud Volcano out of Pimple. That just irks the shit out of me. Just thinking of something like that irks the shit out of me. Gives me like goosebumps. It's just disgusting, man.
Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Siakam's got the lead up to...
I have 17,000 MR. That's fucking hilarious.
Bogan against Halliburton.
That's not much, Ref. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to do with that.
Never in the post. And that's the final
but I don't know if I told you guys, but I did get GOAT Michael Jordan. I spent 3.9 million MT, and I feel like I pretty much paid 4 mil for him. And I feel like I way overpaid, because now you can get him. He's still averaging between 3.5 million to 4 mil, so I don't feel too bad about it. But I have seen him sell for like 3.2, so and 3 mil even really late at night. So I wish I would have just waited like a few more days to get him, and I think I could have got him for maybe 500,000 to $1 million less, and that would have been a really good deal on GOAT Michael Jordan. But besides overpaying for him a little bit, I want to say that GOAT Michael Jordan is the best card in the game. And I don't understand why 2K can't just give us the game in its final format, and you know, in its the way the product should be given to you on day one. I feel like the GOAT cards are so damn good. 2K could give you these type of cards from day one if they wanted to, and the game would run so much better and so much smoother, and your experience, your fun with the game would be so much better if they gave you cards that operated the way the GOAT cards do. Their SIGs are amazing. Michael Jordan's SIGs are amazing. His animations are amazing. His release is amazing. There's nothing that the card doesn't do perfect. And I just wish we could start the whole game off from the very beginning with cards like that. That's how great
You look at Pascal Siakam,
And that's how impressive the card is. That it made me wish that we could just get cards like that from the beginning of the game and have cards like that throughout the whole year. Unfortunately, they save the cards like that, the GOAT cards, for the end of the year, where you then have to pay 4 million MT for just one player, and it's bananas. And my plan is to keep GOAT Michael Jordan, enjoy him for the remainder of the game, because I really love that card. It's amazing. If you can get GOAT Michael Jordan somehow, some way, I recommend getting him. There's not one shooting guard in the game better than GOAT Michael Jordan. There's not one card better in the game than GOAT Michael Jordan. Not Invincible Wemby, not even the Yao card. They don't move like GOAT Jordan does. That GOAT Jordan card is different. If you can get GOAT Jordan, and you see his prices come down anytime soon, get him. If you see him around the low 3 millions, I would pick him up. Once his promo is taken, what's the name of the promo he's in? The Champions promo's gone. Once that Champions promo's gone and you can't pull GOAT Jordan anymore, believe me, his price is going to go up in value. Right now, there's like 20 GOAT Jordans on the market because everyone's ripping for him. But once GOAT Jordan is off the market, once that Champions promo is off the market, GOAT Jordan's going to go up in price because he's that nice. I love the card. I'm absolutely in love with that card. There's no Kobe this year. The GOAT Jordan is the second best thing to Kobe that you can get.
The 19-footer is on the money.
And I've been really enjoying that card, so I don't mind that I overpaid a little bit for him. I do want to save the remaining MT that I have, either to build an invincible team around Jordan, or just wait and see what other GOATs come out. If there's another GOAT that comes out that I want to get, believe me, with the 5 million MT that I have left over, with the 6 million MT that I have left over, I'll be able to pick up the next GOAT card that comes out this Friday. And I'm only going to pick it up if I'm really in love with it. If it's something like a GOAT, let's say Dr. J, I probably wouldn't pick it up because I've been playing with every version of Dr. J this year, and I'm kind of tired of seeing Dr. J sometimes. But if it's like a GOAT, no, I would pick up a GOAT Dr. J. I wouldn't pick up like a GOAT Dirk Nowitzki, for example. So it has to be a really good GOAT card for me to want to spend my MT on it. And if I don't see any other GOAT cards that I want, I'm just going to surround Michael by a bunch of Invincibles. Every good Invincible that's on the market, I'll buy it and I'll just surround Michael with the best Invincibles around him. But that's my plan. Yo, the 2K disrespect on Kobe is crazy, Miller. It's bananas that we have a basketball game that doesn't have the second greatest player of all time in it, Kobe Bryant. A basketball game that doesn't have Kobe in it is like a game that's missing half its fun. It really does feel like it's missing half its fun this year. The game isn't as fun as it was last year, and the main reason for me, at least, is because there's no Kobe. Every single year, I get Kobe Bryant on my team, and I build my whole team around Kobe. I put Shaq in the lineup with them. I'll put LeBron James at the 3 with them. I'll run Magic Johnson at the 1. Basically, I build a Hall of Fame Lakers team all around Kobe every single year. And this year, I just wasn't able to do it, and it took away a lot of fun from me from the game. You know, I like to build a squad. I like to build classic teams, and without Kobe, you can't build a classic Laker team. You can't build a Hall of Fame Laker team without Kobe in it. So the game really lost some of its luster, some of its fun for me this year without Kobe. I would love it if next year, I think next year, let's say if next year they want to bring back the same game mechanics, the same gameplay. Even if next year they want to give us the same shitty prize and reward system that they have this year going on. If they just bring back Kobe, you know, it'll do a lot for the game. It'll bring back a lot of fun and joy to the game, a lot of excitement. You know, that's another thing is this year I feel like some of the excitement, some of the hype to the game was missing because there wasn't that big blockbuster pack seller like Kobe. Kobe's a huge pack seller. There's a lot of excitement and hype, you know, around when Kobe drops. And this year there wasn't that excitement, there wasn't that hype because, you know, there was no Kobe dropping. So they definitely need to bring back Kobe for for next year. No doubt about that. No joke. No Kobe for 2K26 is going to equal another stale year. That's what it's going to equal. It's going to be another boring ass fucking year. And this year, to try to make up for the fact that there was no Kobe, they were really trying to hype up Dr. J. And as much as I love Dr. J is a classic, Hall of Fame player. There's no way you could replace Kobe with Dr. J. There's no way you could replace Kobe with Vince Carter. They've even been trying to juice up T-Mac this year, and that still doesn't replace Kobe. As much as I love T-Mac, I don't want to spend $2 million MT on a T-Mac. Now, if that was Kobe, an invincible Kobe for $2 million MT, I wouldn't even think twice about dropping the MT on that card. But a $2 million MT T-Mac, a $2 million MT on Vince Carter, it really doesn't excite me, the way an invincible Kobe would excite me. And for that, I would spend $2 million MT. But now that I've got GOAT Michael Jordan, I'm just going to build my team around him.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
That's my plan. That's what I want to do with the MT I have left.
The ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's New York holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace.
Yeah.
Back to the action in
After this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some event cards because you needed to get 4 wins with an Indiana Pacers team, and I'm pretty sure this is the 4th win with the Pacers team. So I should be getting like a Dark Matter event card. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the MT method. I'm always going to push the MT method. There really isn't anything that I want out of the exchange. And I've seen a lot of people exchange their event cards for that 100 pack. And all everyone's been getting out of that 100 pack is a duplicate Dwight Howard. And I don't want to give a 450,000 MT because that's how much those event cards are worth. You got to give up 3 GOAT cards to get that 100 pack. And 3 GOAT cards have a value of 450,000 MT. And that's if you're just going to quick sell those 3 GOAT event cards. If you break down those 3 GOAT event cards into sneaker and takeover boost, you're really losing about $1 million MT. So just to rip that 100 pack that's based off of RNG, I'm not gonna risk 450,000 MT to $1 million MT on that 100 pack. So to me, there's nothing really worth it in the exchange. I would do the MT method. I would break it down to sneaker and takeover boost. I would make $1 million MT off of it and just go buy whatever card you want to buy out of the exchange. Out of the auction house. But right now, I don't think there's anything really worth it in the exchange. I feel like this event was a little bit lame. The cards were really super unattainable this time. You have to spend like $1,000 just to get GOAT Kevin Garnett, and that's not even the best GOAT card available from the event. And to get GOAT Kareem, you got to spend like $2,000. So I feel like this event was pretty lame. The stuff that they were offering in the exchange was lame. And the amount of money you had to spend to get anything good out of the exchange for this event was redonkulous.
Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
It's crazy that last year GOAT Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the level 40 reward. That means that last year you could have got point guard GOAT Kareem for $20 for purchasing the Hall of Fame pass, and then another $60 for the level skips. Last year, you were able to get GOAT Kareem that was able to play the point guard position for $80. That same $80 card that they seen was so popular last year is now $2,000, and it doesn't even play the point guard position. If you think I'm going to spend $2,000 on a digital card that doesn't even play the point guard position, 3 months before NBA 2k26 comes out, 2K, give me whatever the fuck you guys are smoking, because that's got to be some really good shit right there. Now, Miller, I'm not going to lie. If in Season 9, they drop a GOAT Kobe in the exchange for an event as an event card, and they want $2,000 for him, I'm sad to say that maybe I would try to. I would attempt getting him. I wouldn't mind. I would probably spend like maybe $1,500 to get that, but not more than that. I wouldn't spend any more than that. But if there was a GOAT Kobe, and they dropped it, you know, as an exchange card in the event, I have to admit, I probably would be guilty of attempting to try to get him. That's the one card I would make the exception for. But not for a GOAT Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, not for a card that we were able to attain last year for $80, and this year you want $2,000 for that card. Now, if they were to drop a GOAT Kobe, I'm sure there would be a lot of people, including myself, that would attempt to get that card if he was a part of an event or an exchange. You know, that was the only way you could get him and stuff. But I don't think GOAT Kareem was worth it, especially last year when you could have got GOAT Kareem that played the point guard position for $80. And now this year they want $2,000 for that same ass fucking card. Talk about inflation, guys. I know the economy is bad, but talk about inflation. We went from $80 to $2,000 in one season. That's crazy. That's bananas, 2K. And I wouldn't spend no $2,000 to play with Kareem. You can go get the Dark Matter Kareem and play with that card. It's just the same. Even Ty Debo said that the other day. Dark Matter Kareem, all badged out, is the same fucking card.
Spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
But this game is about to end in 1 minute and 5 seconds. And I'm going to get some event cards. And like I said, these event cards are worth so damn much. You can't leave any of these cards on the table. You can't leave any of them behind. You have to get every single event card, because it's really going to lead to you cashing in on them. You're going to be able to stack up your MT, and you're really going to be able to go into the auction house, splurge a little bit, do a little bit of shopping, get the players you want, the players you actually want, and enjoy the game. You know, don't give up your event cards for a 100 overall pack that's all based off of RNG. You're going to get some random bullshit card like the White Howard. You're going to get fucking Big O, and you're going to be pissed off that you didn't break your card down and do the MT method. And like I said, the MT method is real simple to do. It's just time consuming, but it's worth it, guys. You know, I would hate to see anyone use their event cards that they were grinding it out for, and then you use your event card and you fucking get, like, you know, Patrick Ewing out of it, or Big O out of it, you know, or something you don't like. You know, just grind out the event, break your cards down, do the MT method, you know, exchange it for sneakers and takeover boost. List your cards in the auction house. Within a week, you're gonna have enough MT to get the card that you desire. You know, the card that you want really bad. So just don't go squander off your, you know, event cards.
And you want to save your best.
It's really worth doing the MT method. Right now I have almost 300 pages of sneakers in my collection. Every diamond sneaker is worth 300 MT. That's just on a quick sell. Do you know how much I'm going to get for those 300 pages worth of sneakers just on the quick sell? And I'm going to bank. So that's why I always recommend the MT method. That's how I stacked up my MT to 11.7 million MT I had at one point. Basically 12 mil. And that's how I was able to get all of the good players I have on my team all badged out. And that's how I was able to get GOAT Air Jordan. Was, you know, working the events, grinding the game out, stacking up your MT, saving it, and just stacking it up, working the MT method. And like I said, I still have, on top of the 5 million MT that I've got, I still have 300 pages of diamond sneakers in my collection to collect on, to cash in on. So, you know, just keep grinding the game, keep working the events, grind them out, and, you know, cash in on those event cards. Break them down, and don't let any of them go to waste. The only thing I would get from the exchange is the free 10-pack box, because I have seen a lot of people pull heat. When I'm talking about heat, there was somebody on Twitter that pulled GOAT Air Jordan from the free 10-pack box, from the Champions free 10-pack box. Even if you don't pull any heat from that 10-pack, there's so much stuff that you could sell from that 10-pack box that you get from the exchange. You could sell the sneakers, the playbook, the takeover. There's so much stuff that you could sell, the jerseys, so much stuff that you could sell from that free 10-pack box. That's the only thing that's really worth it from the exchange. But those players in the exchange right now, they're asking for way too much. And as you guys can see, I've got another Dark Matter event card. That's a huge W right there.
Facts. What if they bring GOAT Kobe in the game?
All right, let me see what else there is left to grind. Okay, I've got to start on this stuff now. And as you can see, they keep adding stuff to this, and it just keeps getting longer and longer. And I don't want you guys to fall behind. But if you don't start doing it now, you're going to fall behind. And there's just so much to complete. And it's really worth it because, like I said, you get these event cards and you can cash in on them. After you cash in on all of this grinding, you're going to be able to go buy yourself a 100. You know, you don't have to risk all of these event cards on a random RNG pack, you know, out of the exchange. You could actually just go buy the 100 card that you want. Matter of fact, you can make up to like 500,000 MT off of this, and you could easily go buy yourself an Invincible. You can go buy yourself an Invincible Derrick Rose, an Invincible Gary Payton with the MT that you make from grinding this challenge. Don't think that this is just a challenge where all you can do is get event cards and then use them in the exchange. No, this is a challenge where you could get these event cards, cash in on the MT, and go get yourself an Invincible. Go get yourself Derrick Rose, Gary Payton, you know, even Dr. J is only like a million MT. You know, you could really grind out this event and you could make a million MT off of this.
Do you guys even know why Kobe is not in MyTeam?
All right, let's see what needs to get done over here. Get 75 points and assist with a Hawks player over multiple games. Okay, I got to put a Hawks player into my lineup, guys. I don't know if I have any good Hawks player, but it is going to let me redo my lineup. And I just want to do my lineup with you guys really quick. My point guard position is my weakest position. I do have to get I wouldn't say I need to get two really good point guards, and I don't have two really good point guards right now. I have two okay point. I feel like I have two really good point guards because they're badged out, and that is Dark Matter SGA is my starting point guard for now. But eventually I'm gonna get Invincible Magic Johnson over here, or 100 Penny Hardaway, or 100 Scottie Pippen, or if I'm real lucky, eventually I'll have 100 overall Ben Simmons over here. But I really want to get Invincible Magic Johnson for this starting point guard position. Over here at the number 2, I've got none other than GOAT, Michael Air Jeffrey Jordan. Oh my God, it feels so good just to have that card in my starting lineup, just to see that card. It is so aesthetically pleasing to see that card in my lineup. That card is absolutely beautiful. I'm not a person that loves or talks about the card art, but every single year, the card art on the GOAT cards is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful card art. And this year is no exception. It is beautiful card art. And Michael Jordan looks amazing. He looks stunning as the GOAT card. And I love that card. At the number 3, I'm going to run with my Invincible PG-13 because I've grown to like this card a lot. At my starting 4, I'm still running Timmy D. And at the 5 is the Chinese GOAT himself, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao Ming, Yao, 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 Yao. And that's a great starting lineup. And I still have like 5 million MT, and I'm going to make some improvements. I've actually got like 6 million MT. I got to cash in on the sneakers. But I'm going to be able to make some big improvements. I'm just waiting for Season 7 to start. Anytime that a new season starts and they drop a new tier, and they just drop the final tier, the GOAT cards, trust me, between super packs, between the new Pro Pass, between the new season starting and the new cards coming out, everything from the Invincibles and below are going to drop down in price. Even the Invincibles are going to come down in price for the last 2 seasons of this game. We're in endgame. Now that GOAT Air Jordan is out, we're definitely in endgame. And these cards are going to be coming down in price pretty soon. And once they come down in price, I'll be able to afford most of them because, like I said, I got 6 million MT. But my point guard position is kind of lacking. So my point guard off the bench is the Big O. And then my shooting guard off the bench, it is not lacking. My shooting guard off the bench is 100 Clyde Drexler. Now, if you guys want to say, hey, why is Indy bragging about 100 overall Clyde Drexler? I heard that card is really mid, kind of lame. No, this card is not lame. This card is not mid. My Clyde Drexler has 25 legends, and I only got him for 200,000 MT. The card is great. It does everything great for me. It defends really well. It's an elite slasher. It plays way above the rim. It's gonna dunk and posterize motherfuckers' teams. Like, he'll dunk on a whole team. This card can bounce out of the gym. That's how good this card is. And I like this card a lot now. It doesn't have the best release, but the release is pretty damn good. It's not bad at all, and I'm glad I have him in the collection. Now, my small forward off the bench, I'm still running with Dark Matter Giannis because he's got 37 legends on him. And then my power forward off the bench is definitely going to be... Let me see who I'm going to run real quick. Yes, I'm going to go with Dwight Howard, but I'm going to run him at the center. I don't like having Dwight Howard and Giannis in the same lineup, but I guess that's okay for now. And then I'm going to run this Miles Turner card because this Miles Turner is actually a very good card. And I got to add a Hawks player into the lineup to complete the challenge. So let's see what Hawks player I have. I used to have Dark Matter Dominique Wilkins in my lineup with 12 legends on him. But unfortunately, I sold my Dark Matter Dominique Wilkins with 12 legends. I thought I was going to get at least 200,000 for him, maybe 300,000 for him. And instead, I got 100,000 MT for Dark Matter Dominique that had 12 legends. It was a crying shame. I'm so upset that I lost that card for practically nothing. If I knew that he was going to undersell like that, I would have just kept him. I was in love with that card. That card was such a nice card. If you need a really good budget point guard, go get Dark Matter Dominique Wilkins. That card is going to perform at such a high level, especially for what you're going to pay for him. It's a very, very good card. But I guess I'm going to have to use Galaxy Opal Dominique Wilkins. And it's just to complete this challenge for now. And then I guess I might as well throw in Jalen Williams and Willis Reed for now. But this is just, to do challenges. It's not like I'm going to go into showdown with this team. Yo, what up, Stizzo? Yo, Indy, are you breaking gold cards down into diamonds, or are you breaking them into the... Okay, Stizzo. Let me see what Jay says. Indy, I made 600,000 off of that Magic. Everyone told me not to buy him. Where's Penny Hardaway? Oh my God, Jay. Let me tell you, I've made a few mistakes in this game in the last week or so. So I bought Penny Hardaway for 700,000 MT. I thought I overpaid for him because he only had 35 legends. And right before I bought that Penny Hardaway, I saw one that had 40 legends sell for 700,000 MT. So I figured, let me sell my Penny Hardaway. I'm going to get back my 700,000 MT, and I'll go buy one that has 40 legends eventually, maybe later on that day. But instead, when I sold my Penny Hardaway that had 35 legends, I only got 300,000 for him. And I lost, no, my bad, I got 500,000 for him. But I lost 300,000 MT on that transaction for Penny Hardaway. I don't even want to see Penny Hardaway for now. I lost so much MT on that Penny Hardaway transaction. I don't even want to see him for now. But I do plan on getting Penny Hardaway back and maybe Scottie Pippen at the point eventually. But I'm so pissed off about how that went down. And so I don't have Penny Hardaway anymore. And congratulations, Jay, for making 600,000 off of that Magic. I thought that was a pretty risky transaction. I thought you were going to kind of not make any MT off of that. So I'm glad that you made 600,000 off of it after taxes. That's a huge W. 600,000 MT after taxes, that's huge. So I'm glad that you got that come up. And Stizzo, what I'm doing with my GOAT event cards, Stizzo, is I don't break them down into diamonds and then cash in on them. I feel like when you break them down into diamonds, if you break the GOAT card down into diamonds, they're only worth about 150,000 MT. And that's 450,000 MT if you break down 3 GOAT cards that you get from the Hall of Fame box. You could make so much more MT off of the GOAT cards, off of those event cards, if you break them down into pink diamonds, and then you break those pink diamonds down into in the exchange for diamond sneakers and takeover boost. And then you put all of that into the auction house, you're gonna make way more MT than just breaking them down into diamonds and selling them. I know the process is gonna be more tedious and it's gonna be super boring, but you'll make more MT by turning your GOAT event cards into pink diamonds, and then you go into the exchange, you exchange them for sneaker and takeover boost packs, and then you list all of that into the auction house. You're gonna make like 2 million MT easily. Right now I have 300 pages of sneakers to cash in on. Right now, if I just quick sell those 300 diamond sneakers, those 300 pages worth of diamond sneakers, I'm going to make easily a million MT just by quick selling it. So can you imagine what I would make if I list every single pair of sneakers that I have into the auction house? I have 300 pages of sneakers. Imagine what I'll make if I list all of that into the auction house. So I think the best thing to do with your GOAT event cards is to break them down for sneakers and takeover boost, and then sell those bitches.
Welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports.
Some of the takeover boosts, you can only quick sell it for like 25 MT. That same takeover will sell in the auction house for 300 MT easily. Think about it, my dude. It's a waste of MT just to exchange your GOAT cards for diamond cards and then quick sell it. That's a waste. No problem, Stizzo. It's just that so many people are breaking down their GOAT cards into diamonds because DBG and Ty Debo are telling you to do it. Yeah, it is the quickest way to break down your GOAT cards, but then you're only going to make 150,000 MT per GOAT card. And each GOAT card is worth so much more than that. You could make easily 250,000 per GOAT card, if you just do it, I hate to say it, but the way that's a little bit more tedious and repetitive.
It's Jordan.
But you'll make way more MT. I've made millions off of the exchange, off of the events. You should have just make 400,000 MT off of the events. You can make more than that.
And the Milwaukee Bucks may not be the first team that comes to mind when you think of Kareem, due to all that success with the Lakers.
And man, these fucking challenges, man, they are not fun. The computer will just drag the game out. When the computer sees that you don't want to engage with them, they'll make that shit so fucking boring, and they'll make sure that you engage with them. They'll drag out the game if you don't fucking actually play it, through with them. And here's my GOAT Air Jordan. The card is so nice. I'm in love with this GOAT Air Jordan card. It's worth every penny. If somebody was saying, hey, is GOAT Air Jordan worth 4 million? GOAT Air Jordan is worth 4 million MT easily. And he's the best card in the game.
Back to Jordan.
The only other card that I would put up there with GOAT Air Jordan is Invincible Wemby and Invincible King James are the only cards that are up there with the GOAT Air Jordan. And even the Invincible cards, they're not as good as this GOAT Air Jordan.
Don't think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now, here is Jordan.
This GOAT Air Jordan, not only does he look like him, he plays like him. The animations, they're Jordan's animations. His sigs, his behind the back, his jump shot, everything is just so perfect. So, his release is super smooth, easy to time. It is the best release they've ever given a Michael Air Jordan card in the game.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at
Jay, hold on.
Rim.
Okay, Jay, so let me tell you guys what happened to 100 Michael Air Jordan. When the 100s went down in price, and believe me, the 100s have come down in price big time, and they're at a reasonable price where right now is the time to buy the 100s. If you're looking to upgrade your team, if you're looking to make any improvements to any position you have on your team, right now is the time to buy the 100s. So I went out there and I bought 100 Michael Jordan, and I went out there and I bought Penny Hardaway. And I fell in love with the 100 Michael Jordan. The 100 Michael Jordan was so good, so nice with it, that I was like, how much better could the GOAT Air Jordan be? How much nicer could the GOAT Air Jordan get than this 100 Air Jordan? This 100 Air Jordan is a pretty damn good card. And I was telling the audience, I was telling the people in my chat, Like, hey, you don't need that GOAT Air Jordan. Don't go out there and spend your MT on GOAT Air Michael Jordan. The 100 Air Jordan is the same as card. It is not the same as card. But that card was so impressive, and I fell in love so much with that 100 overall Michael Jordan that I kept wondering, could the GOAT Jordan be a lot better? How much better could he be? And I found out that the GOAT Air Jordan was way better than the 100.
In the first quarter.
Just the jumper alone, you could pull up with this Michael Jordan from anywhere, anytime, and release like a perfect jumper. You know, it's that easy to time, that smooth, and it really gives you his animations, his sigs. It really allows you to like pull up from anywhere at any time and just shoot a really good jumper.
Offensive rebound, Jordan outside.
And they're really hard to contest. So the GOAT Air, the 100 Michael Jordan was so nice that he made me want to go out there and get this GOAT Air Jordan, and I don't regret it not one bit. He did cost me half of the MT that I had in my account. I did have like 9.8 or something that I was up to, but I completely think that the GOAT Air Jordan is completely worth it.
It's rebounded by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Hey, what's good, Corey? Jay, I was able to break even with that GOAT, the 100 Air Jordan. He did sell for 1.1 million MT, and I picked up 100 Air Jordan for 900,000 MT. Remember, 2K does tax you 10%. So I was able to make like a slight profit on that 100 Air Jordan. I think I made like 100,000 MT off of it because, like I said, he sold for 1.1 million. But he didn't sell for too much. It wasn't like I didn't think he was gonna get more than 1.1. The funny thing is the very next day I did see somebody selling a 100 Michael Jordan with 40 legends just like mine, and he got 1.5. But for some reason, whenever I put my card into the auction house, I get the bare minimum. So I didn't make 1.5 off of my Michael Jordan. I only made 1.1. But again, I only paid 900,000 for it. So I did make a profit of 100,000 on it. But the 100 Michael Jordan is the reason why I got the GOAT Air Jordan, because I saw that card was so nice, and I swore to myself that it could have not got any nicer than the 100 Air Jordan. That I was like, how can they make a card better than this, nicer than this? It doesn't get any nicer than the 100 Air Jordan. Believe me when I say it does. It fucking does, guys. This Air Jordan, this GOAT Air Jordan, leaves the 100 Michael Jordan in the dust. Like, they're not even on the same level. They're not even on the same stratosphere. Like, this card is just way better. It's way better than any card out there. Oh, Clumsy, the auction house is so rigged. And I want to take a second to address what Clumsy said. It's so funny that, sometimes, I'm sure we all do this. Right before you list a player, you go into the auction house, you do your research, and you're like, let me see what other players, like, for example, if you're about to sell an Invincible Wemby that has 40 legends, you're like, hey, let me see what the other Wembys that have, 40 legends, what they sold for. And you want to know what you want to figure out what you're going to get. And then you're like, okay, I shouldn't be expecting this much. Invincible Wemby with 40 legends goes for 14 million MT. This is how much I should get when I sell my card. But then when you go to sell your card, that's not what happens. You get way below what you've seen the other cards sell for. And next thing you know, that Invincible Wemby that you thought you were going to get 14 million for, you end up getting 12 or 13 million. And you're left confused, wondering, why is it that your one card didn't sell as good as the other card sold for? And for me, I think that shows a clear sign that the auction house is rigged. The auction house is definitely rigged. And I'm so sick and tired of that happening to me. Like, there's so many times where, like, I go to sell a player and I'm like, okay, I just seen this card sell for, 500,000. That's how much I'm expecting to get back. And then I go to sell my card. It's all badged out. It's the same exact card. And next thing I know, I'm not making 500,000 MT. I'm making 300,000 MT. And that's what happened to me with my Penny Hardaway. I had seen a Penny Hardaway with 40 legends. He sold for 700,000. I wanted that Penny Hardaway. I didn't get him. There was another Penny Hardaway that came up on the market shortly afterwards. He had 35 legends. I got him for $700,000. I felt like afterwards that I overpaid for him. I said, I'm going to sell this Penny Hardaway and get my $700,000 back. When I went to go sell Penny Hardaway with 35 legends that I paid $700,000 for, I only got $550 for it. And I was like, why is that? And then I was like, let me go into the auction house and see what those Penny Hardaways are selling for. I saw again a Penny Hardaway with 35 legends. He sold for $700,000. But for some reason, 2K wasn't going to allow me to make $700,000 off of Penny Hardaway. And that reason is because I already have 9 million MT in my account. So I feel like the auction house is definitely fucking rigged. It's not us, the 2K, community that's controlling the auction house. 2K controls that auction house. 2K is going to determine how much they're going to allow you to make on a card that you pulled or that you badged out. It's not, trust me, after they see that you've made enough MC off of that card, they take your card off the auction house. Trust me.
And there's Dominique Wilkins, and it's Hardway in at the 5, roaming the paint.
2K's job isn't to allow you to make MT off of this game. 2K's job is to make you spend money on this game.
Second chance effort.
So it's always going to average out that you put a card into the auction house. Believe me, it's going to be damn near impossible for you to profit or even to break even.
From down in the low post, it goes.
And that's the one thing I feel like we need to bring back the player market, and we need to bring back the ability to buy MT from this game. I feel like, there's so many people buying illegal MT, and that illegal MT is going, down because sometimes I'll be looking at stuff like a badge, or I'll be looking at something like injury cards. And there'll be an injury card selling for 100,000 MT. No one's gonna buy that injury card that's selling for 100,000 MT. That's a complete, illegal MT scam right there. That's what's going on right there and shit. And I feel like this company shouldn't push their community to feel like they have to go buy illegal MT to get a come up in this game. I think 2K just needs to bring back, MT back into the market, and they need to sell MT themselves. And they need to bring back the player market too, because this auction house, the auction house sucks ass, guys. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The auction house sucks dick. It sucks ass to have to wait 3 hours for your card to come up for sale. It sucks ass that you then have to try to win that auction, and the cards are at such an overinflated price. None of these cards. And I don't give a fuck if it's Invincible Wemby, if it's 100 Yao Ming, if it's GOAT Yao Ming. None of these cards should be 20 million MT. We shouldn't have to we shouldn't have to pay 4 to 5 or 20 million MT for a card. The auction house is so overinflated. And that's the biggest price with the biggest problem with the auction house is that it's so overinflated, the price. And then afterwards, even if you do win that card, you have to wait another hour waiting for that card to get through escrow and get done pending. I'm just completely sick and done with the auction house. Clumsy, I don't know if you remember, Clumsy. That wasn't me. During 2K24, when they started announcing that the auction house is going to be brought back as a gimmick, to get people to come back to 2K25. That's all. Them announcing the auction house was going to be back for 2K25 was nothing but a gimmick to draw people back into the game and be like, look guys, we gave you what you wanted. But really all they gave us was a fucking Trojan horse. When they announced during 2K24 that the auction house was going to be brought back for 2K25, I was one of the only people that said, hey, this is going to be the death and the doom of this game. Bringing the auction house back to this game was not going to be good for it. And I had been saying that since 2K24, since they first made the announcement that they were going to bring the auction house back. I was hooting and hollering how bad this was going to be for the game. To take away the ability for us to buy MT from the game, to take away the ability to buy whatever player you wanted from the player market for a set price, I knew it was going to ruin the game, because that was the whole attraction for for me at least, last year in 2K24 for my team, that was the whole thing that brought me into the game. That I had heard, you know, like, hey, now my team is going to allow you to, you know, buy whatever player you want, and you're going to be able to easily assemble the team that you want to assemble. You're not going to have to gamble to assemble the team you want to put together. That's what drew me into my team last year. And I feel like this year the auction house is just killing the game. It has made it impossible to put together the team you want to run with. The prices in the auction house are so overinflated. Even if you wanted to run with Yao Ming or Wemby, you just can't do it. If I didn't pull this Yao Ming from the locker code, I wouldn't have the chance to play with this Yao Ming at all. So, I really think they need to get rid of the auction house. It's going to be the death of the game. It's the death of my team. And these overinflated prices to get one fucking fake digital card. 20 million MT for an invincible Wemby. Think about this, guys. If you go to an illegal MT site, a million MT costs us $330. That's how much a million MT will cost you from an illegal MT site. Last year, 2K used to charge you $150 for 1 million MT. How much real-life money would it cost you to buy Wemby if he's 14 to 20 million MT? That's just god-awful. We need to get rid of the fucking auction house. There needs to be set prices on all of these players that you can just go to work, and when you come home, if you choose to buy this player for $50, that's on you. If you choose to buy Invincible Wemby for $200, that's on you. But fucking Troy Dan just completely exposed the whole fucking game. Troy Dan just completely exposed, you know, the pack odds, the pack percentages. You know, the guy ripped $3,000, 3,000 US dollars, and he couldn't pull a 100 overall King James. He couldn't pull a GOAT Air Jordan with $3,000. You know, if this is not a scam, I don't know what the fuck is, guys. But $3,000 is a down payment on a fucking car. In some places, it's a down payment on a house. I am not spending $3,000, and I can't even get fucking GOAT Air Jordan. This is a scam. This is the biggest ripoff ever. And next year they need to change things. You know, next year they need to get rid of this fucking auction house, bring back the player market, and you have to have some set prices on these players. So if you want to put my GOAT Air Jordan out there for $200, $250, and somebody's willing to pay that, that's on them. But we shouldn't be finessed out of $3,000 and not even have a goddamn chance at getting the fucking card that we want. That's what's ruining this game. It shouldn't be called My Team if there's not a chance in hell of you making your team that you want to run with. That's the facts. How the fuck could they call it My Team and you can't put together your damn team? Oh, I remember that Kobe. That Kobe incident, Clumsy. Troy Dan exposes the game every damn year. He'll expose the game, and no one gives a fuck. Let me tell you guys, after spending $1,000 on Hall of Fame boxes this year and getting nothing but duplicates, I've gotten so many duplicates from the Hall of Fame box. I'm fighting the damn Clone Wars, and I'm not Anakin Skywalker. Okay, and I'm fighting the fucking Clone Wars as far as it goes with duplicates. The Hall of Fame boxes, everyone is like, oh, it's a good deal. No, it's just another scam. Basically, when you're buying the Hall of Fame box, you're telling 2K that I'm going to give you $150 for 2 to 3 event cards that I could turn into about 450,000 MT. You're basically buying MT and badges when you buy the Hall of Fame box, because you're going to get nothing but shitty cards and dupes. And the 51 pack box, fuck. Troy Dan just bought 20 of those bitches. He pulled like 12 Tony Parkers. I am not gonna spend $100 on a Hall of Fame box to get 12 Tony Parkers. That's a scam. That's a ripoff. The bundle packs are nothing but ripoffs. I have spent this year, I want to say at least $1,200, if not more, on bundle packs. And somewhere around Christmas time, I realized that the bundle packs were the biggest scams ever, and I never ripped another bundle pack. Again, I haven't ripped a bundle pack since Christmas. And the only thing I'll still rip is I'll rip the Hall of Fame box, you know, in hopes of getting lucky. because it is the best deal out there, but it really is just a huge scam. You know, and the only good thing about it is that you could take those event cards, you could turn it into about 500,000 MT and actually go buy the player you want to get. But that's another thing, you know, 2K is like, hey, you want to use these event cards for MT? Trust me, when 2K allows you to do something like that, it's because they're going to put your ass to fucking work. Breaking down 3 GOAT cards takes like a whole week. You know, 2K is going to turn it into a part-time job. They're going to keep you there working for that MT. And the payout is going to be MT. You know, but they're going to keep you on the game, and they're going to keep you, you know, doing that MT method and breaking down those cards, and it's going to take you the whole fucking week.
He misses the free throw.
So I hope next year things just got to change, man. And I know we've been saying that since 2K24, but fuck it. If the game starts off the same exact way next year, I might just go no money spent, or I might just do just the Hall of Fame pass and the level skips every season. Or at the very most, the only thing I feel comfortable doing each week is maybe spending $100 on the game. But that's $400 a month. That's at the end of the year, you spend $4,000 on the game, and you shouldn't have to spend $4,000 fucking dollars to play a game with some fake digital cards. That at the end of the year, it's time for you to move on to the next game and start all over with the spending. That has got to be the biggest money laundering scam I've ever heard of in my life. 2K is a bunch of gangsters. They're gangsters. Jay, I'm gonna get I'm trying to get the Invincible Shack. I want to see if the Invincible Shack will come down in price by next season. If I cannot afford to put a team of Invincibles around Michael Jordan, I'm gonna put a team of like all 100s around Michael Jordan. I definitely have enough MT to put a really good team of 100s around Michael Jordan, but I want to see if I can still use that same MT and eventually stack my team up with a bunch of Invincibles around GOAT Air Jordan. And I think if I wait until season 8, the price on the Invincibles will come down a lot, and I'll be able to stack up a really good team of just Invincibles, and my centerpiece will be GOAT Air Jordan. But I would like to get the Invincible Shack or the 100 Shack. The better deal, the better bang for your buck is obviously the 100 Shack. They're pretty much the same exact player. So I would probably I want the Invincible, but if I didn't have that much MT, I would probably just save the MT and get the 100 Shack. But yeah, guys, I really I'm just so disappointed that, you know, it took me the whole year to save up 10 million MT. And I was thinking, like, man, by the time we get to endgame, this 10 million MT is going to go so damn far, and I'm going to be able to buy so much with that MT, and I'm going to be able to get every player that I want, every Invincible, every GOAT card, just the way I was able to do that last year. But with this auction house being around and the prices being so inflated in the auction house, 10 million MT really doesn't buy you shit. 10 million MT buys you maybe like
seconds left in the third quarter.
2 elite players. Like right now, 10 million MT probably buys you Invincible King James and Invincible Magic, or Invincible King James and Invincible Shaq. And then that's pretty much it. 10 million MT buys you GOAT Air Jordan and then maybe one other Invincible. You know, I'm sure I could stack up my team with a bunch of 100s, and that would be more than good enough. But if you've been playing this game for the whole year and you stacked up 10 million MT and you played it till end game, you know, you got to be here to play with the GOATs. You got to be here to play because you want to play with those Invincibles and those GOAT cards. So that's what I'm going to use the remaining of my MT for, to get as many GOATs or Invincibles as I can on my team. And just have fun with the end of this game. You know, I think it was JC2K was saying the other day in his live stream, he told me, some people play this game for the whole year and they don't even have the chance, the opportunity to save up 1 million MT and get one elite GOAT card or one elite Invincible. So the fact that I was able to save up 10 million MT and finish this game off with 2, you know, probably GOAT cards or 2, you know, or some Invincibles on my team and Michael Jordan as my centerpiece. The fact that I was able to accomplish that is a huge W. And You know, I feel like I got my money's worth out of the game, and I feel like I had a lot of fun with the game this year.
Since halftime, tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Jay, I am not the best dribbler, especially in 2K25. I was a really good dribbler in 2K24, but this year the dribbling to me is like a little bit slow and stiff. And even if you do a lot of dribbling moves, it doesn't really create space for you to get your jump shot off. This year, the only way you're going to create space is through, you know, a lot of screens. That's the best way to create space. But I don't feel like this year your dribbling moves are going to create the most space for you to release, you know, your jump shot. I think this year, if you want to get some really good space to shoot your threes, you got to create that off of the screen. And I want to say that Splash kind of taught me that. He was like, don't waste your time with dribble moves this year. Don't waste the clock with dribble moves that aren't going to create any open space for you to shoot that three. Use your screens this year to create space to shoot that three. That's the only way you're going to get a good amount of space for that open three. But this year, dribbling doesn't matter. Dribbling really doesn't do anything this year. It's not there to create space like it was last year. This year, if you're over dribbling, all you're doing is just dancing out there for no reason.
With the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
But I am not the best dribbler. I'm a pretty basic dribbler this year. I really don't even look to do any dribbling moves, really. This year, I'm either trying to, you know, get the open three as quickly as possible, or I'm fucking running to the rim.
In its center, locking down the middle. Pass to Jordan.
Okay, guys, I gotta kind of lock in and win this game. These agendas are so boring. These challenges are so damn boring. It's like sometimes as I'm doing them, I just lose focus on them because they're so boring. The last 3 nights, I've just been falling asleep in front of the game, in front of the TV, trying to complete these challenges. And I want to say that Season 7, to me, it's been like the most lame fucking season thus far because they've bombarded you with so many fucking challenges to complete. That's all I've had time to do. I haven't played any Showdown. I haven't played any part this season. All I've done is salary cap and agendas. Salary cap and agendas. You know, because there's, you know, like too much MT to be made off of these events. And also off of these challenges this season, you're able to get a lot of 100s out of the game. So you really got to complete all of these challenges. You're either going to leave good players on the table or you're going to leave a lot of MT on the table. And I refuse to let. If this company is going to give out some stuff for free, some good stuff for free, I refuse to leave any of the free stuff on the table. And if this company is going to give you some MT for free, if this company is going to give you really good 100 players out of salary cap for free, you got to get it done.
It's rebounded by Kersey.
You know, this company makes you put so much damn money into the game. Anytime they give you any sort of good deal or something for free, you gotta take it, guys. And basically these events are MT. You know, they're just MT giveaways, and you gotta take advantage of it.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head.
Like I said, nowadays I have 300 pages of diamond sneakers. And on each diamond sneaker, you can quick sell them for 300 MT each. So these events are really good ways to make MT. You know, and that's what I would do with it.
Sideline reporter David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey guys, well, during the break,
whenever I see 2Ks dropping an event, I'm not like, oh, let me see what's in the exchange. Are they going to give us a good player in the exchange? Those players that they give you in the exchange are so fucking overpriced. You know, you shouldn't have to spend $700 to get GOAT Kevin Garnett. You know, that's pretty much $1,000 to get GOAT Kevin Garnett. You know, no fucking player in the game is worth that much. You know, unless they bring back GOAT Kobe Bean Bryant, I'm not spending $700 to $1,000 on any player. Now, granted, if they were to bring back GOAT Kobe right now, I would spend $700. They would get me as a fool. They would get me. I would be a huge idiot, but I would do it for GOAT Kobe. But for GOAT Kevin Garnett, people really out there spending $700 to $1,000 to get GOAT Kevin Garnett? Troy didn't spend $3,000 and couldn't get GOAT Kevin Garnett. Is he really worth $3,000? I don't think so, guys. I just don't.
And now it's an 8-point Knicks lead.
This game this year. Like I said, the game mechanics, the gameplay this year wasn't as fun as 2K24. And to me, spending that kind of money on the game, you just can't justify it this year because it's, you know, the fun factor isn't there. You know, I'm not having the same level of fun that I did in 2K24 versus this year. 2K24, I probably dropped at least $4,500 on it, and I didn't even mind. I was in absolute love with the game. The game, like I said, to me, I felt like I was going to Disneyland every single night when I played that game. It was like I was going to Disney motherfucking World, and I was having that much fun with it. I would come home, I would fucking drink my Jack Daniels honey whiskey, twist up a blunt, and have the funnest night ever on that game. And my fun meter was at a 9.5 every time I was on the sticks. This year, my fun meter is at like an 8.5. You know, I still really love the game. I just don't love how costly the game has gotten, and I don't love the fact that you can't get your hands on the players that you want to put on your team. Everybody should have the chance to run with Yao Ming. Everybody should have the chance to run with Wemby. Everyone should have the chance to run with GOAT Jordan. You know, if your GOAT card is, if your favorite player is, trying to think, LeBron James, you should be able to get that invincible King James. You should be able to get that invincible GOAT James. You know, it's not fair that, you know, that it's a basketball game and they call it MyTeam, but you can't get the players that you want to run with on your team. So get 100 Shaq. I had both. They made the invincible Shaq jumper worse. He got better dribble. And then, hey Jay, do you want to play a game of Showdown? I'll play you in a game of Showdown. I'll take a little break from the challenges and we can run a game of Showdown, buddy. Like I said, I'm always down to play anyone from the chat. Is some 5v. I can't even explain how much I love 5v5. I'm absolutely a 5v5 junkie. I don't give a fuck about the park. I'm just always down for some 5v5. So if you're down for like a friendly game of 5v5, I'm always down for a good challenge. I don't duck any smoke. I'm real competitive, but I'm not a toxic player, and I'm not gonna be out there talking a bunch of trash. If you're down for a friendly game of 5v5, I'm always down for a challenge. I don't give a fuck if you're a tier 1 player or if you just started. I'm real competitive. I'm down to play anyone. I'm always up for the smoke. The shitty part is, Jay, I'm always asking like other streamers, like if they want to play some 5v5. I can never get, now, I've got an Electric Sammy to play me in 5v5. I beat Electric Sammy. I got Just Too Smooth for You to play me in 5v5. I beat him. I actually played Troy Dan one time. I got matched up with him in Showdown in Season 1 or Season 2, and I beat Troy Dan in Showdown. And
it's rebounded by New York.
But I've only played maybe like 3 to 5. There was another guy called I forgot what his name was. Video Game Stream VGS or something like that. I beat him. And then ever since that, I've never had any other streamers willing to play me in Showdown. Like, it's really rare that anybody even wants to play. And I don't know why everyone is so scared to play. I'm really not that good of a player. I'm just an average to mid player, you know, that tries really hard. But I can't ever get any other streamers to want to play me in Showdown. And I don't know what the reason is. I don't want to say they're scared because I'm not that good. You know, but I can never get anyone to run any Showdown. Now, I get people from my chat. There's always people in my chat that are down to play me in Showdown. Most of those games I win. Some of those games I've lost. I've lost a few games to the people in the chat. You know, and it doesn't prevent me from wanting to play against the homies in the chat. I'd rather play against the homies in the chat than play against some random people in Showdown. I just think it's so much more fun to play the homies from the chat than play, you know, just randoms in Showdown. So if anyone from the chat wants to play me in some Showdown, I'm always down for some 5v5, guys. And like I said, I'm not going to be one of those toxic ass fucking, you know, trash talking players. I'm not like that. You know, Jay, the other day I played Mozzarella Sticks and I beat Mozzarella Sticks. I don't know how I got that win. I still don't know how I got that win. But I was able to beat Mozzarella Sticks and he beat Decentric. So it's not that I would be scared to play Decentric. I just don't want to bother him. You know, that guy is so busy and he's got so much on his plate. I don't want to sit there and be like, hey, Decentric, can you play me in some 5v5? You know, take time out of your day and play me in some 5v5. I just think he's too busy. Yo, what up, Big Kitchen? Yo, but if anybody wants to play me in some Showdown, just add me on PlayStation Network, MB2k_. I'm always ready for that smoke. I don't ever duck a challenge. That's for sure. That's just not me. I'm just too competitive to duck any challenges. It's not in my nature to duck a game. Let me put some more Hawks players in here to get this done quicker.
I'll play it you.
But I'm going to be here all day just grinding this shit out. Let me put this guy in, and let me put the Kembe Mutombo in. I'm just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I'm getting really, really tired and bored of just completing challenges, guys. It's great to be a grinder, and it's great to get free stuff from this game, and it's great to grind out the game for free and go no money spent at times. But these challenges, they're fucking boring, man. There's nothing fun about them. But I'm just going to try to get this done as quickly as possible. Big Kitchen, I don't even care if you got the best team or the worst team. People having the best team in the game doesn't scare me not one bit. I don't care if you have a team full of invincibles. Having the best team in this game this year means nothing, and it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me not one bit. You can have the best team in the game, and somebody with a bunch of badged out dark matters can come out there and put belt to ass. That's how the game is this year, that it doesn't even matter if you have the best players in the game. You can have a whole lineup of invincibles. Somebody could easily walk up in there with some badged out dark matters and fucking win that game. The game is really this year a lot of RNG, a lot of algorithms controlling the outcome, and you gotta fight through that. Once you know how to fight through the RNG and once you know how to fight through the algorithms, you can win any game. It doesn't matter what team you're up against. Does having the best team make a difference? Does having the best team help? Fuck yeah, it does. But you can still beat that team.
Here's Wilkins.
So let me know when you want to play Big Kitchen. I'm ready. ND2K_. I'm always ready for that smoke. I don't ever duck a challenge. And I only have one good player on my team, and that's GOAT Air Jordan. He's my centerpiece.
Carter with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. And it's time to take
and Big Kitchen, and I'm glad you even, challenged me to a game of 5v5. I don't know why everyone is so damn scared to just enjoy, a friendly game of 5v5 against some homies from the chat. Wouldn't you want to play against the homies from the chat for bragging rights instead of just playing, some random ass person from the Showdown? I'd rather play against the homies from the chat, and get some bragging rights, and get to know people from the chat that, have, similar like interests. We all love 2K. We're all hanging out every single day in all of these streams, in all of these chats. Why not build up a community where we're all playing each other, all hanging out with each other and playing against each other? I don't know why people are so scared to play against each other. I really don't get that shit. People would rather play against randoms from Showdown than, play against somebody they know from the chat or from a stream. Not me. I'd rather play the homies from the chat. I'd rather play people, that are in my stream hanging out with me.
Not enough help there, lack of communication on the back.
That's what I would rather do. Win or lose. Like I said, I'm not a real toxic player. I'm not out here talking trash. And win or lose, I always take my wins and my losses like a man. I always tell people, you got to take your dubs and your L's like a man. If somebody from the chat, somebody from the stream beats me, so be it. They beat me. You're better than me. That means that there's always room for improvement. There's always going to be somebody better than you. That just means you got to get better. That means you just got to practice more. It means you got to get in the lab more and, work on your craft until you get better. But I'm never scared to play anyone from the chat or from the stream, I'm always down for a game.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
It reminds me of like back in the days when I'd be hanging out with, you know, a bunch of my homies and we all be like in one room, hanging out, playing video games, you know, all of us waiting, you know, to jump on the sticks and to get their turn on the sticks. And you'd have your friends with you, your cousins, your brothers, and you'd all be all, you know, swaddled up in one room, all sweaty as fuck, you know, waiting for your turn on the sticks just to play against each other. You didn't give a fuck back then. You didn't give a fuck about playing someone you ain't know in the game. You wanted to play against your brother, your cousin, your homies. You wanted to get that bragging rights on your friends. And nowadays, that's kind of gone from video games. Nowadays, people are fucking scared to play each other.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. 32 seconds left to play in the first. Wilkins.
But yeah, Big Kitchen, add me on PlayStation Network, MB2k_. And I'll play you. I'll run a game of Showdown for sure.
Efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Outside Tatum.
All right, let me check it out real quick. Big Kitchen, are you cold-hearted on PlayStation Network? Is that you? Send me the game invite, and I'll just quit this game.
And here's New York now. From deep, Jordan. It's hauled in by Nelson.
Send me the invite. I'll play you and shit. I'll quit this game.
Oh, hey, how about that?
That's impressive.
The reverse jam.
I'm not doing anything too important. It's just, you know, a bunch of challenges that I'm trying to complete.
That takes great body control. No question. He was making a statement.
Actually, I'm going to quit this game, and I'm going to get my lineup right, and I'm going to get ready to play Big Kitchen. I want to see what his lineup is looking like. Yo, Big Kitchen, send me what your lineup real quick. I want to see what your lineup is looking like real quick before we play. But I'll play you for sure. Yo, what up, Jacob? Let me get my lineup done real quick. I got to get my lineup looking right. I'm so pissed off that I sold my Dark Matter Dominique Wilkins that had 10 legends on him. I thought he was going to get 200,000 to 300,000 MT. He only got 100,000 MT. And I'm kind of really short on point guards right now. But I got GOAT Air Jordan, and I feel like that's all I really need. And he's the centerpiece of my team, and I've just been building around him. I'm still running Dark Matter Giannis at my 3 because this Dark Matter Giannis has 37 legends on him. The card is elite. I'm still running Timmy D at my starting power forward, and I got Yao Ming now at my starting 5. Off the bench, I'm going to be running... I'm going to have to go with this Big O card, even though this card kind of sucks. I'm definitely going to run PG-13 at my 2. I'm going to be running Dark Matter King James at the 3. I'm going to have to go with... I don't want to have to do this, but I guess I'm going to go with Miles Turner. No. What am I thinking about? I forgot I still have Dark Matter Akeem Olajuwon with 30 legends on him. And then I'm going to go with David Robinson as my center off the bench. And then out of my reserves, I'm going to put Clyde Drexler in there. I'm going to put Dwight Howard in there for sure. And I'm going to probably go with J.R. Smith because I really like that card as a point guard. And that's the team I'm going to run with against Big Kitchen. Jacob says, Indy, do you think I should get a wrench? Oh, Jacob, I would say wait until Friday. For sure, wait until Friday. And let's see what GOAT card are they going to drop with this Friday's promo. And also, let's see what Invincibles and 100s they're going to drop this Friday. But I would wait because I think the super packs, there's nothing too super about the super packs. And I would wait till Friday so you can maybe buy yourself a Hall of Fame box and maybe get something better out of it. But guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to go toke up real quick, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. I like to get really high before I play some, people from the chat. This way, I'm not so nervous about losing or possibly losing. But I'll be back in 2 seconds.
BRB.
Okay, I'm back. I'm not the kind of person that sits out there and smokes like a whole blunt or smokes like a whole joint. I'll just go out there and I'll hit it a couple of times, and then when I'm high and I'm done smoking. I'm not the kind of person that's like looking to get overly high. I just like to get like a nice like subtle buzz, especially in the morning time or in the afternoon time. I don't want to get so like, overdo it and shit. So I just go out there, I toke a little bit, and then it's back to grinding out the game. But let me see what Big Kitchen's looking like, what his lineup is looking like. Okay, Big Kitchen is running with, oh my God, Big Kitchen's lineup is amazing on a different level. This is probably the best GOAT squad I've seen all year. This is comparable to my GOAT squad from last year when I had all of the GOAT squad, all the GOAT cards, and I had all the Invincibles. I had last year every Invincible card and every GOAT card and every 100. And I had a full lineup of nothing but GOATs. But Big Kitchen has the best team that I've seen since last year. It's a God squad for sure. It's a God squad alert. He's got GOAT Michael Jordan at the 1. He's got Invincible Kevin Durant at the 2. He's got Invincible LeBron James at the 3. He's got GOAT Kareem at the 4 and Invincible Wemby at the 5. Off the bench, he's got Invincible Joker. He's got Invincible Ron Artest, Invincible Bob Pettit, Invincible Porzingis, 100 Yao. In his reserves, he's got Invincible LaMelo, Invincible Dr. J, and Wilt Chamberlain. My friend, Big Kitchen, you have the best team, one of the best teams I've seen in my life. Your team is amazing, and you've got me pretty damn scared now. So let's fucking take this challenge on and see if I could beat this God Squad, because I'm running with the Avengers and he's running with the God Squad lineup. I know. I haven't seen a lineup like that all year. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I haven't seen a lineup like that all fucking year. That lineup of yours is amazing. And if he beats me with a lineup like that, so be it. The man's earned it. Great looking lineup, by the way, Big Kitchen. What up, big my dude? That is one impressive lineup. It's the best lineup I've seen all year. That's for sure. But let's get to this game and let's see what happens. I said, let's get to this game and see what happens. Hey Miller, when I get ready to spend some more MT, you can help me build out my team. I'm always looking, for some advice on how to build out the team with the MT I've got. But this man's This team must have costed like over. I can't even imagine how much MT this team must have cost you, Big Kitchen. I could imagine, and I can't imagine how much real life money you must have spent on it, but it is very impressive. You know, like it's one of the best teams I've seen. Like I said, last year I was able to put together the whole GOAT lineup. I had every GOAT card that they released last year, and had every Invincible card they dropped last year. So I was able to assemble some really good lineups. But I haven't seen anything come close to that since last year, and your team has definitely come close to that. This is definitely a GOAT team.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. Down low.
How's your showdown record looking like?
Here's Wembanyama.
Oh my God, man. Guys, I've never played against this Invincible Wemby. This Invincible Wemby moves on a different level. Like, it moves differently.
Jordan inside.
Like, the speed, the movement on this Wemby is just different.
Now with the ball.
So this is definitely the toughest lineup I've ever faced up. I've never gone up against a lineup this tough.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an
I mean, you got to guard every single player on this team. Every single player on this team is elite on a different level.
Giannis right side. Jordan high post.
I'm going to have to run all my whole offense through Jordan.
Pick by Yao. Shot clock at 5. Over Durant. Here's Duncan.
Oh my gosh, man.
He sends it right off the glass.
I can just feel the defensive pressure from this team.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar.
It's really hard to guard them also.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Giannis. Banked in off the glass.
Look, we know Giannis can get
and chat, if I get real quiet or I'm not able to say anything for a little bit, it's because I got to completely lock in against this team. I mean, this guy's got the best cards in the game at every single position. It's probably the hardest game I've ever played in my life.
Perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title.
Good shot, man.
He does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
It's Jordan.
I've got to say, I've never seen a team assembled like this, and I've never faced off against a team like this.
The creativity, the athleticism of Michael Jordan.
Here's Durant.
Damn it.
And then Durant with the jam.
These cards, they're like fast on a different level. And if you're trying to run a team of like 100s, if you try to run like a team of 100s up against this team, or like a lineup of Dark Matters up against this team, there's no way your team could keep up with this team. There's just no way.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Atlanta. Pick by Yao. Here's Antetokounmpo. That shot no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Damn it, man.
Guys, that's exactly the kind of high
I knew that animation was coming up. I still couldn't block it.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Hits it from
guys, this team will put the fear of God into you. That's how fucking dominant this team is. There's
a ferocity and intensity to Jordan, but he also
damn it, you just can't stop this Invincible Wemby. This Invincible Wemby is him. This Invincible Wemby is really tough to stop. That's crazy, man. The man's got 40 legends on Invincible Wemby. That's basically a GOAT Wemby right there, man. You've got yourself a GOAT Wemby.
Point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
40 legends on Invincible Wemby. Can you imagine how much that would go for on the market? Probably about 20 mil.
He's one of the best.
You locked him in. I was gonna say you would easily get 15 to 20 mil for a Wemby like that on the market.
People in the know how good of a defender he is.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Abdul-Jabbar the screen. A drive by Jordan.
Damn it, man.
And slam dunk by
Fucking
Jordan.
hard to stop this team. It's hard to get any defensive stops against these cards.
The great thing about Jordan, he does it while staying under control.
Pass to Yao. Kicks it out to Jordan. But if it goes...
Damn it.
At the end of one,
that was a great first quarter, man.
So far. Knicks lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Yo, what up, AJ?
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Okay, guys, I'm trying to lock in and beat this team. It's a really difficult team to go up against, and it's definitely the best lineup you're going to see this whole year. And I can't imagine anyone having a much better lineup than this. I don't think there's anyone out there that has a better lineup than this. This is probably the best lineup out there, you know, in 2K.
High post, Howard. Pass to Robertson. Kicks it out to Drexler.
This man's lineup is so good, it makes the Centrics team look like a budget squad.
Dunk by Drexler.
Boy, how about the extension?
That's how good this team is that I'm going up against.
Drexler powering through.
Wembanyama, a screen.
Oh, damn it.
It's rebounded by New York.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it.
Clumsy, you got to see this guy's team, man. It's the best lineup out there. This guy's got the best team in 2K.
Breakdown for the Knicks.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball.
Nice block, man. Good defense.
Sharing the rock and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
And Howard with the stuff.
That Dwight Howard card is pretty decent. It's better than what people thought.
To rise up for the flush, using that size and strength to jam it
Plays
down.
good defense.
Now here is Abdul-Jabbar.
Damn it, man. That GOAT Kareem is unstoppable. He just dunked on Dwight Howard like Dwight Howard wasn't even there.
Sure. I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is
That should have been a dunk, but it was good defense there by good cards.
After the miss from Clyde Drexler. Pass to LeBron. Back to Wembanyama.
I don't know how Clyde Drexler got caught on fucking Wemby, but he got caught up on the switch up.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys,
my goodness! That was special. You see the power and athleticism at the rim.
Clumsy, this guy's got GOAT Kareem, he's got Invincible Wemby, he's got Invincible Joker, he's got Invincible King James, he's got GOAT Air Jordan, he's got every elite card in the game. He's got the best of the best cards. There's not one bad card on this team. He's got 100 Yao. This man's team is fully stacked. It's I'm telling you, if you leave it up to the computer to put your substitutions in, it's going to put the worst bench lineup it could possibly think of. Like, it just put in the worst fucking bench. It had LeBron James running my 4. Always make sure that you do your substitutions on your own, because the computer is going to really fuck you over if you let the computer decide your bench.
And
right.
Porzingis, here we go. Here's Yao. Pass to Jokic.
Damn, that Joker card is unstoppable, man. Trying to guard the Joker with Big O is just not going to happen.
Skill level, but he also has great vision as a passer.
Nikola Jokic, Clark, is as skilled a big as we have seen. And when he has the ball, he can really affect the opposition.
Yeah, he's such a great passer.
I feel like if I had a bigger point guard, I would be doing a lot better. But I have a real small point guard right now out there. It's the Big O. There's nothing big about him right now.
With really long arms. So he's a problem just from the size standpoint. Then you factor in his otherworldly skills as a passer, as a shot maker, as a basketball player. And now you've got something that's...
This is turning out to feel like the longest game ever.
I think the history of the game. Well, you don't see bigs with Jokic's skill level very often. His athleticism, very average, but he still can throw it down if he has to.
Oh, that's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Outside for Jordan. Second shot opportunity. Pettit grabs the board.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong.
Damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I saw that animation happening.
2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. The Atlanta shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And it's tied up with
I am trying my hardest to win this game, but going up against this team is fucking tough as nails.
Standpoint, Yao is also someone teammates love playing with because of that.
Damn it. Good defense, man.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
Good defense.
Fucking Big O sucks, man.
So
I need to fucking really do something about that point guard position.
It's Atlanta up by
that was a good first half, man. 29-28.
Time for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Centric clears. He sold his yacht.
And if you're just joining
and Clumsy, I don't know if selling his Yao was the smartest thing to do, but there is a GOAT Yao coming out pretty soon, I'm sure. And I'm sure that's the reason why he sold his Yao Ming. But I still think it was a mistake. I would have held on to that Yao Ming for a little bit longer.
Robertson drives in. Pass to Olajuwon. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Outstanding work from Porzingis that time, creatively sending that one home.
Jordan outside. And slam dunk by Jordan.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
And the layup's good off the glass.
Just need to get one stop on these cards, but it's really hard to stop this team, man. He's got a really good team, and he's playing really good with them.
It's Robinson high post. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
And
trying to stop this Yao Ming with fucking David Robinson off the bench is like practically impossible.
Try to get in front of him and impede his progress. Beautiful execution in the pick and roll there.
Robinson left side. And George, here we go.
Big time.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did get Kevin Garnett.
George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Outside for Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense.
I feel like it's a little too early for me to be in like this sweaty of a matchup, but this is a very sweaty matchup right now. This team is making it extremely sweaty.
Ties it up.
This is probably one of the most elite teams I've ever faced up against.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point.
Especially in 2K25.
With him, his routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Yao.
Nice.
Play in the low block, and that one
I lost track of his Yao Ming where he was at.
Got 4 points this quarter.
And this is where you feed Yao because almost no one is going to be able to block it.
As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Here's our test. That's it.
Damn, that invincible Ron Artest is tough, man. That's a great card. That's a really good card to have in your collection.
Good find from Jokic. Fantastic at getting that rock to teammates on time, on target.
Good defense.
And stolen by Yao. Artest with the ball. And Yao picking him up. And it's Artest missing. And so Giannis will bring it up for New York. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Yeah, it's a foul, but your lineup feels so big, man. You got some of the biggest players in the game on your team.
The defense
lineup is huge.
Not to allow the easy layup right there.
And that makes a huge difference in this game. Height rules this game, guys. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Height rules this game more than shooting does. If you have a really big team, you can win in this game.
Here's Yao. Yao with the block.
And you have to appreciate the reach of Ming. Superb at putting himself in a good position there to block the shot.
The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense.
Damn, nice shot, man.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I mean, with this
I didn't even get a chance to contest that shit.
He's a real threat from mid-range.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And now they decide to foul.
Damn it.
New York shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
13 foul.
And that one falls for Yao.
And Ming, boy, I tell you, this guy is so big. He's a dominant force who also has a touch that belies his size. This guy is a real force at both ends.
Good on both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full
Oh,
display.
man, I can't believe he was wide open like that. How did he get wide open like that? Like, where the fuck was the rest of my team and shit? That was my fault. I was on Yao Ming. I should have been ready for that. I messed up over there, too. That three-pointer really pissed me off, man. Good three-pointer, man. Caught me off guard.
And some great offensive output. This one is tied.
All right, guys, going into the fourth quarter, and it is absolutely tied against Big Kitchen and his God Squad, man.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game.
And he's giving me a run for my money, that's for sure. I'm trying to. Oh, that Wemby's unstoppable, man. He makes Yao Ming look slow.
Jordan inside. Pass to Yao. Back to Jordan. And there's the drive.
Nice block, man. That Wemby could stop everything, man.
Antetokounmpo with the steal. Here's the break. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
All right, tied up game with 3 minutes to go, guys.
Slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander. He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Damn it, man. And y'all was right there fucking waiting for him. Just can't stop Go Kareem, man.
That solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
To the floor for your home team.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Four on the shot clock. Pass to Duncan.
Oh my God, what the fuck happened beyond that play, man?
Kicks it out to LeBron. On the wing, Jordan. Wembanyama with it. Yao with the block. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Duncan outside. And Duncan throws it down.
I don't know about you guys, but this Tim Duncan still puts in work for me.
He saw an opening there and took full advantage of it.
Here's Wembanyama.
There's no way to stop it. If I ever said in the past that Yao Ming is just as good as Invincible Wemby, I want to take my words back on that. I want to eat my words because you cannot stop Invincible Wemby with 100 Yao. Just can't be done.
Let's go. I like offense.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Here's KD.
What is everyone doing? What is my team doing on defense right there? Falling asleep and shit?
Big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Outside, George. They grab their own miss. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander.
I knew that was off. That one fell off as soon as I shot it, man. That was a bad shot.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. The lead is 2.
Fuck, man.
Outside Jordan. Pass to Wembanyama.
Nice shot, man. That Wemby's unstoppable, guys. And he's going on a little run at the right time.
Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
The Knicks call time.
I missed 2 big 3-pointers that kind of fucked things up. I had an opportunity to kind of hit those threes, and I missed those threes, and that really hurt me. Damn it, my whole team is fucking tired. All right, guys, let's see if I can get this win. We still got 1 minute and 2, and I'm down by 4 points, but it's been a close game up until now. Yeah, I know this has been one of the toughest games ever for me. I feel like if I had my point guard situation is pretty bad right now. I feel like if my point guard situation was looking a little bit better, it'd be a closer game, but.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline.
With point guard Joker on your team, you're really able to dominate the point guard position, and then Wemby's been real dominant for you too.
I begged his players to keep it simple out there. Told them one possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that.
Nice defense.
Guys.
I ain't have nothing going there.
Jabbar with it. And it's Howard picking him up. And an intentional foul right there.
I didn't foul, but that was the computer. I gotta turn that off.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. No room for them to make a mistake.
That's all good.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Good. And
2-point game with 35 seconds to go, man. I just don't think I have enough time to win this. I need a really good defensive stop right here, but remember, he does got Wemby, guys. And that Wemby's unstoppable. That invincible Wemby is unstoppable. I just didn't have an answer for Wemby and Akeem. Kareem. GG's, man. That was a great game. And Big Kitchen, I'm going to need a rematch because I'm going to do some improving to my team, and I think I'll be able to give you a better game the second time around. You got me this time. But that was a great game, man.
Onto the league, great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The offensive rebound.
Oh my God! And he stepped out of bounds.
New York turns it over.
I didn't hit enough threes to compete in this game, and his team had me locked down. His team was really good on defense.
And so they foul intentionally.
13 foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Come on. 2 shots.
He's able to hit the second one.
All right, Big Kitchen. The second I make some improvements and some upgrades to my team, I'm going to be hitting you back up for this rematch because I feel like it was a really close game. It was very close.
Outside, George. There's the three.
That Wemby, man, let me tell you, you got one of the most impressive teams I've ever seen because I've never ran up against that invincible Wemby. And that invincible Wemby was him. He was so different. His speed, he was able to shoot over everyone on my team. He made like 100 Yao Ming look like a joke out there. And that invincible Wemby was unstoppable. He even looked more unstoppable than GOAT Kareem. He looked really good out there, and your team is one of the best teams I've seen all year, and I love it when I see people putting together teams like this, like God squads like this, because there's not enough people putting God squads together anymore because everyone is falling in love with the park. So no one's really putting together teams like this anymore, and it was not only amazing to see a team like this, it was amazing to run up against a team like this, and it was amazing that I was able to keep the game close against a team like this, and I felt like if I had some better point guards, which right now, my team is like in a transition period. I'm trying to rebuild my team. If I had some better point guards, I could have gave this team a better run for its money. But Big Kitchen had me. He played really good. He stuck to his game plan. And he had a really big lineup, and he took advantage of his big lineup. He took advantage of his size difference. And there was no way for me to stop Wemby, the combination of Wemby, Invincible Wemby, and GOAT Kareem. There was no way for me to stop that with Dark Matter Akeem Olajuwon and Dark Matter D-Rob. Even Yao Ming couldn't stop them. 100 Yao Ming was no competition for that Invincible Wemby or that GOAT Kareem. And also he had Invincible Joker at the point. There was no way for me to stop that card either because I had Big O and SGA up against that card. So that team was amazing and one of the best teams I've ever seen. GG's, man. That was a great game. Amazing lineup. I'll definitely want to go up against Big Kitchen and his lineup as soon as I get my team built, as soon as I'm done building my team. That was probably one of the best teams I've ever played against. All right, let's see what I got to get done, what's left over here. That sucks because I really thought I had that game. I was up by like 5 points throughout the whole game. And then somewhere in the fourth quarter, he made like a little run. He was able to overcome that 5-point lead. It wasn't much of a cushion or much of a lead, but he got over that hump. And then once he got his like little 5-point lead, my team was so like tired from just trying to compete against his team that there wasn't enough gas in the gas tank left to compete against his team. There wasn't enough gas in the gas tank to keep up with GOAT Kareem and Invincible Wemby and Invincible Joker at the point. That was a really tough lineup to go up against. And I love seeing teams like that in this game. I love when people build teams like that. It shows that he cares about, building up a really good squad. Nowadays, no one gives a fuck about building a God squad. Everyone's just like, hey, I'm running park. So it's real impressive to see a team like that. Okay, I still got to do these challenges. I still got to complete this shit. That loss really fucking just took the wind out of me just now, man. I really thought I had that game, and I thought I was going to be able to pull off that win. just because I was doing so good the first 3 to 4 quarters. But I knew that eventually his team was gonna make a run because he had the best cards in the game. Yeah, I knew he was gonna make a run with it. And when his team finally went on the run, it was really hard to overcome it. So but he had an amazing lineup. Okay, I gotta put some Atlanta Hawk players in my lineup to complete this challenge. So gotta go back to the real shitty lineup real quick. Yeah, Bats, that was a wicked team he had. It was the best team I've seen all year in 2K25. I've seen teams like that in 2K24, but I haven't seen a team like that since 2K24. And the only person that has a team like that that could even match up to Big Kitchen's team is like Decentric's team. That's the only team I could think of. But his team was just as good as a Decentric team, with the exception of that Decentric just got Kevin Garnett. But I'm pretty sure that Big Kitchen, the way he's spending on the game and ripping packs, I'm pretty sure he's going to have Kevin Garnett on his team no time soon. And his lineup was one of the best lineups, definitely the best lineup, him and Decentric, that I've seen in all of 2K25. And I've seen a lot of nice lineups on Twitter. That was the best lineup I've seen all year. No cap. And it was really hard to go up against that team. I thought I almost had him. I thought I had him beat. And in the fourth quarter, his team came through big time for him. And his team made a nice big run in the fourth quarter, like a team should. And I just wasn't able to stop him. But he played a really good game with his team, and he stuck to his game plan. He didn't outshoot him. He didn't shoot too many threes and shoot himself out of the game. I was waiting for him. I was waiting to see if he was one of those type of players that was going to shoot a bunch of threes and shoot himself out of the game. He didn't do that. He took really smart, high percentage shots, and he used his players the correct way. He took advantage of his height. And I wish I had a team like that. I would be taking advantage of the height just the way he did. But it was the hardest team I ever had to face up against. And I only lost by 4 points. So I don't feel too bad. Oh, okay. Okay. But I wish I would have won that game. It would have been nice to have. It would have been nice to have been able to say, "Hey, I beat this crazy lineup." But it was a really tough game, and I think once I make a few improvements on this team, I'll be able to give him a better match, a better run for his money. Guys, I'm so sorry about this. I have no clue what I'm doing out here right now. That's how pissed off I am. That's how razzled I got from that loss. I'm over here supposed to be looking for Atlanta Hawk players. But that was a really tough loss to swallow. I really didn't want to take that L. But like I said, it is what it is, and you got to take your wins and your losses like a man. You know, you win some, you lose some, and you got to take your L's like a man. And the only thing you could do is learn from it and get better. Get better at the game. Learn how to stop those, those kind of cards. Learn how to stop his gameplay. And I'm sure if I play against him, we'll go back and forth. But that was a really great game. I'm probably going to try to play him sometime soon again, because that was a lot of fun, to be honest. Okay, guys, I got to complete this challenge, and get it done. Oh, Bats, I was up the whole game by 5 points all the way until the fourth quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, he got up by 4 points. And then the second he got up by 4 points, my team used up, spent so much gas just to compete against that team and stay in the lead. And, he's out there running with GOAT Kareem and Invincible Wemby and Invincible Warner Test and Invincible Joker at the point. It was a great lineup to play against. I had a lot of fun playing up against that lineup. But at the end of the game, my team ran out of juice, and he made a run in the fourth quarter. And being down by 4 points up against a team like that, you might as well be down by 10 points. And the second I was down by 4 to 6 points, I kind of had that feeling that it was over with and I was done for up against that team. But it was a lot of fun to play up against that team and see all of those cards in one lineup. That was a blast.
You probably got to double one of them, but if I'm the opposition, I'm not feeling great about dealing with these two dynamic scores.
Here's Garnett.
So I don't feel too bad that I lost, you know, to a team like that, and by only like 4 to 6 points. It wasn't like a blowout. I was thinking I was going to get blown out, to be honest, when I saw that lineup. I was pretty scared. But I'm glad I was able to hang in there and just compete. But Big Kitchens was definitely a good player. He definitely took advantage of the height and you know, took high percentage shots. He didn't shoot himself out of the game, which a lot of people will do that when they have a lineup like that. They think, oh, I'm just going to sit out here and jack up a bunch of threes because they have a 99 three-pointer. He didn't just sit out there and jack up a bunch of threes. He actually, you know, played the game the right way. And he wasn't a cheesy player. He wasn't out there spamming the steal button or trying to get me frustrated. He played the game the right way. He just had a better lineup, and he played the better game. Shoot, I wish I had a lineup like that this year. If somebody wants to bless me up with a lineup like that, the way somebody blessed up JC2K, feel free to bless me up with a lineup like that. I'll be so damn happy. It'll make my fucking year. But that was a great lineup. It was fun just to play up against that lineup.
Pulls it. No good from the wing.
Hey, does anyone have any predictions who the next GOAT card is going to be? I've got 6 million MT to put towards the next GOAT. I'm only going to spend my MT on that card if it's a GOAT card that I find it worth it, you know. If they drop a GOAT Dirk Nowitzki this Friday, I don't think GOAT Dirk Nowitzki is going to be worth my MT, guys, to be honest. But if they drop like a GOAT Yao or a GOAT Wemby and I can get them for like 6 mil, which I doubt, you know, I would pick them up. But I'm real excited and like real hyped up to see what GOAT card they're gonna drop this Friday. Not that any of us will be able to pull the GOAT card because after fucking watching Troy Dan's video, as you can see, you need more than like $3,000 at a chance to even pull a GOAT card. And even with $3,000, 9 million VC, you still can't pull a GOAT card, which is crazy. And people want to say that they're so happy to have the auction house back this year, but that shit's a scam. They gave us back the auction house, but in return, it was like a Trojan horse. In return, they gave us the worst pack odds I've ever seen in my life. You know, the pack odds are so damn bad that it doesn't even matter that they gave us the auction house. You know, what is there, like 3 Victor Wembayamas in the auction house right now? Whoop-de-doo. Who cares if we brought back the auction house if the pack odds are so bad this year? I don't even know how Big Kitchen was able to get a team like that assembled. Fucking blows me away that he has a team like that.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Mullen.
Also, I missed like some big 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to play much Showdown this season because I've been doing so many challenges and completing so many challenges. I missed 2 big 3-pointers in that fourth quarter where I feel like if I would have made at least one of those 3-pointers, I could have possibly had won the game. But again, Big Kitchen played a great game offensively and defensively, and that was his game to win. He won it.
11 seconds
and I could tell that he wanted that game, and he was playing pretty trying pretty hard and playing pretty well. I'm gonna give credit to where credit's due. I'm always gonna give, if somebody beats me, believe me, I'm gonna give them their flowers.
And some nice defense there to end the quarter.
And he was definitely able to beat me with that team.
Still a close game. New York out in front. They're up by 3. And
after this, I still got to complete the downtown challenges so I can get that shard for the 100 pack. That's another thing, guys. Make sure you guys are grinding out those downtown challenges, and make sure you guys are grinding out salary cap, because through those 2 grinds, you can get yourself a free 100. And if you're able to pull a Yao Ming, if you're able to pull a Shaq, those are cards that could run for you till the end of this game. You know, they're cards that could, I want to say nowadays, just semi keep up against the Invincibles and the Ghosts. If you want to keep up against all the Invincibles and the Ghosts that you're gonna run into in Showdown and at the park, you're gonna at least need some 100s in your lineup. So make sure you grind out those 2 grinds. You know, make sure you do the downtown grind and the salary cap grind. You know, it's really worth it.
Westbrook can't hit.
You know, people are always complaining about how expensive the cards are in the auction house, and people are always complaining how expensive the 100s are. Well, right now 2K is giving you an opportunity to earn 2 100s that you could add onto your team for free. All you have to do is grind out the downtown challenges and grind out salary cap. But you got to get it done. You know, so you could be stuck having a really mediocre team going into Season 8. And that's one thing, like I was saying earlier. And since it's so difficult to get the players that you want to run with on your team, you know, that's what makes the game boring. No one wants to go into Season 8 with a mediocre lineup, you know, in Showdown. No one wants to go into Season 8 and run Park with, you know, and not have that elite card, you know, to run Park with. You know, everybody out in the park is running with a bunch of 100s. You're going to want a 100. If everybody's out in the park running with a bunch of 100 Invincibles, you don't want to be the person left behind. So I think next year they have to make the cards more affordable in the auction house and more attainable. It's just become ridiculous how expensive, how overly expensive these fucking digital cards are that you could only use for this year, this one game. You know, and then they're done for, and how expensive they are at the moment. You know, it's just unfair. So I think that's the one thing they need to change next year. If they want to continue calling this MyTeam, you know, you got to be able to build the team that you want to run with. And right now, this isn't my team. It's 2K's team. Is what 2K decides to give you, because everything is done through a random pack. Everything is done through an RNG pack. So you're really never able to build out your team unless you get real lucky. You're able to sell your players that you got that you don't want, and you're able to stack up your MT for the players you do want to run with. And that takes forever. It's a lengthy process. I had to stack up my MT the whole year to be able to finish this game off with GOAT Michael Jordan. You know, and there's other players that I want to finish this game off with. I want to get, you know, GOAT King James or Invincible King James. Right now, I got 6 million MT. I can't even get Invincible King James. And that's a shame. You know, when I run into a player, you know, like Big Kitchen, that has the best team in the game, you know, you need the best players on your team to match up against a team like that. You know, I think if I had, you know, some better players in my lineup, I would have maybe been able to have won that game. But he had the better team, and he ran them really well, and he was able to get that W. Yo, what up, Paradox? Oh, Jay, I think GOAT Akeem. No, not GOAT Akeem. I think Invincible Akeem and Invincible David Robinson is coming soon. And if they don't drop an Invincible D-Rob and an Invincible Akeem Olajuwon soon, I think maybe they'll get... Maybe Akeem will get a 100 and David Robinson will get the Invincible, but we haven't seen a new Akeem Olajuwon and a new David Robinson card in quite some time. So I believe those two cards are either going to get a 100 or they're both going to get an Invincible. But last year they gave both Akeem Olajuwon and David Robinson. They gave both those cards Invincible cards last year. So I think that's what they're going to do this year, is give both of them Invincibles.
To the inside, here's Garnett, and that one is hammered home. And one move ahead.
I would like to see Invincible D-Rob and Invincible Akeem Olajuwon. Those are my two favorite centers to run with. And I like running Akeem Olajuwon at the power forward position. But I have to say, after I just got done playing against GOAT, Kareem, and Invincible Wemby, David Robinson and Akeem Olajuwon felt so small playing against those players. And Yao Ming felt so slow playing against those players. And I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to end this game with some Invincibles in my lineup at least. You know, some more Invincibles. I don't want to finish this game off with GOAT Michael Jordan as my centerpiece and then a bunch of 100s around him. I want to finish this game off with GOAT Michael Jordan as my centerpiece, surrounded by a bunch of invincible cards. That's the very least I want to do with this game. That's how I want to finish this game off. And I refuse to settle for any less.
The first free throw is good.
And Trae Young's attitude on the floor is so striking. He's got this unbreakable edge to him. He's super competitive and is ready to scrap with you.
And both free throws good for Young.
That's what I think is the only problem with this game, is that they need to make these cards more affordable and more accessible. And if they want to leave the auction house the way it is, and they want to have, you know, people enjoy sniping and stuff, at least give the people that don't want to do agendas, they don't want to sit there and grind out challenges all fucking day and night. The people that don't want to snipe for cards and shit, give us a chance to get the good cards. Bring MT back into the market. Allow us to buy MT and allow us just to go buy the player that we want with, you know, our real life money. You know, I don't give a fuck if you want to charge 15 million MT for Invincible Wemby. At least give us the chance to be able to just buy that card instead of having to, like, you know, rip packs and save up your MT and stack it up throughout the whole year. That whole process is so repetitive and tedious and boring. You know, just give the people the opportunity to buy MT directly from, you know, 2K the company, and just give us the chance to buy the players that we want from the auction house without having to fucking gamble for it or stack up MT forever. Like, I really would be so happy if, like, the game was like last year. Last year, you were able to buy MT in the game. I don't see why this year, why they had to take away MT out of the game, why you can't buy MT in this game anymore. Last year, they were charging $150 for a million MT. I would gladly pay right now $100 for a million MT. From there, I would go buy 100 LeBron James and stack my team up. I don't know why they can't do that, why they can't bring back the ability to buy MT, so this way we can go into the auction house and just pay for the players that we want out of our pockets. Not with this fucking fake virtual currency that we have to earn by grinding out this game 24/7.
Enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game.
Right now, LeBron James is 2 million MT. If 2K was selling MT in the market right now, and it was $150 to buy a million MT, I would go and buy that $300 worth of MT, and then I would just go buy LeBron James out of the auction house. And I wouldn't even think twice about spending that money. I wouldn't even care that I had to spend $300 out of my pockets to buy that MT, to buy that card. As long as I didn't have to go through the whole fucking lengthy process of having to stack up MT and play the game forever, and not ever spend any MT or enjoy the game just to get that one card. I think they should just allow us to buy that card.
It's hauled in by Kerr.
Period.
Young's gone 2 of 5
but
from...
Hold on, guys. I have to plug in my controller. Hopefully next year they make some changes in 2K26, but even if they don't, and which I doubt they're going to make any sort of changes, you know, next year, now that I have a full year of being around the auction house, next year I really know how to take advantage of this game.
Oh, Young with a physical finish inside.
Next year I'm going to start, you know, stacking up my MT from the very beginning of the game, so I can have all my MT stacked up for endgame. And that's what I'll be doing next year. I'll stack up every single bit of MT till the very end. Because the end of the game is the game that I enjoy the most. I know some people say they enjoy the beginning of the game. I don't enjoy the beginning of the game where the game is slow, full of bugs, and the players are slow, and the jump shots are slow. When it feels like the players are running around in quicksand and they're wearing cement boots. I don't enjoy the beginning of the game. I enjoy endgame when the cards are like, you know, are so elite that when you assemble like a whole team of GOATs or a whole team of Invincibles, you'll notice the difference in how the game plays. You'll notice how different, you know, your team plays and the game mechanics of it. Everything changes about the game once you get these good cards on your team. And it makes the game so much more enjoyable. So next year, I want to just get the game from the very beginning. And I'm just going to start saving up my MT from the very beginning for the end game. That's the part of the game I enjoy the most. You know, when you spend all of that money and all of that MT in the beginning of the game on pink diamonds and diamonds, those are not cards that are going to be playing for you in May and June. You know, those are cards that are going to eventually get outdated. So there's no reason to spend all of your MT on diamonds and pink diamonds. And even, I want to say that Dark Matters is maybe the time you should start spending in the game. And because there are some Dark Matters that could run the full length of the game till the end. But there's only a few Dark Matters out there that could run the whole game. But I want to say that next year I'm going to start playing the game and I'm going to stack up my MT till the very end until I see those Invincibles and GOATs drop. You know, even the 100s get outdated eventually compared to the Invincibles and the GOATs. So that's my game plan for next year. Is I'm not going to waste my MT on diamond cards. I'll just run with whatever 2K gives me for free until the end. But next year my game plan is to stack up every bit of MT to the very end. And this year I was able to get to 12 mil. I want to see if next year I can get, you know, up to 20, 30 million MT stacked up.
2.5 minutes gone by,
you know, by just grinding out the game. Just being a grinder.
Johnson with the defensive
if you grind out this game all year, trust me, and you save up every bit of MT, trust me, by the end of this game, you'll have a pretty penny saved up. You just got to not spend your MT.
And Russell Westbrook.
You can't be one of those people that as soon as you get 4,000 MT, you go rip a base pack that you're not going to get anything out of. You can't be one of those people that waste 18,000 MT on a deluxe pack. Do you know how long it takes, how much grinding it takes to save up 18,000 MT? Don't ever waste your MT on a deluxe pack. It's just going to take it from you. And you ain't going to get shit from it.
Knocks down the triple.
So now that I have like a full year of being around the auction house, I think next year I'll be able to stack up more than 12 million MT, and I think next year I'll have more success with the game. It's just that this year was my first experience with the auction house, and I didn't realize that the auction house is really here to just finesse you out of your MT.
Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Credit them for making the right halftime.
You think that the auction house is here to help you out, you know, attain the car that you want after the promo is long gone. But that's not the fact. The auction house is here to keep you on the game, to keep you grinding on the game like it's a fucking part-time job, so you can earn the MT to get that card out of the auction house. And the auction house is just a way to scam you out of your MT that you either got through ripping packs and getting lucky, or that you got from grinding out the game. Because the cards are so overpriced in the auction house. It's not even funny. Fucking pink diamonds didn't become affordable till like season 6. And everyone was like, oh look, the pink diamonds have come down. Yeah, in season 5 or season 6 they came down. We shouldn't have to wait half of the lifespan of the game for pink diamonds to come down in price. You know, the cards should be more attainable, you know, from the very get-go. As soon as this game, you pay $150 to get this game to buy it. You shouldn't have to be then spending thousands of dollars just to run a, you know, run a team that you want to run with, to play a damn game. It's a fucking video game. It's not a down payment on a car. It's not a down payment on a house. It's not your food bills. It's not your electricity bills. It doesn't pay your rent. You know, even like you know, I've got like some extra money, some excess money where I could spend $100 a week on the game. You know, even spending $100 a week on the game plus getting the season pass, you know, that turns out to be more than $4,000 a year on the game if you just drop $100 a week and you buy the Hall of Fame pass every season. You're gonna be dropping, you know, couple racks on this game. And if you got the money, I'm not here to pocket watch or pocket count. You know, you go spend the money on what you want to spend it on and do you. I'm just saying that for the money that we spend, we need to get something in return. You know, and Troy Dan, you know, with $3,000 worth of packs and couldn't get a 100 LeBron James and couldn't get a GOAT Michael Jordan. That's when I say hold the fuck up. You got to open your eyes. And you got to save. You got to spend more than $3,000. And you can't get GOAT Air Jordan. You know, like, well, what the fuck is the purpose of calling this game MyTeam? No, you can't even build your team if you spend 3 racks to get a card. So, once Troy Danny, you know, kind of exposed 2K like that, I was kind of like, man, you know, this is ridiculous that, like, you know, I was about to rip a box and see, hey, let me see for the topper if I can get that 100 LeBron James You know, it's gonna add. I could sell them for $2 million MT, or if not, I could keep them because I really want that card. Fuck, you could rip. You know, Troy Dan just showed you. You could rip 20 of those boxes, and you're gonna get nothing but a bunch of Tony Parkers out there, and it shouldn't be that way.
Good work defensively by Hartenstein.
I can understand if 2K is gonna say, hey, it costs us $300 to $400 to get these players. I could kind of understand that. If you want to make this a really luxurious, expensive, high-end game to play, but there should be some sort of limitation where, like, after you spend a certain amount trying to attain a card, and the algorithms see, like, hey, this guy has spent $400 on this promo. It's time to spit you out an option pack and let you get what you want. It's time to, you know, give you an option pack so you can decide which player you want to get from that promo. And there's no way that you can excuse or justify spending $3,000 on one promo and not getting all of the cards from that set. There's just no way to justify that, guys. It's terrible.
Consistently gone at the rim.
So that's my beef with 2K. Is just that I feel like they need to make this game less costly because, like I said, this game, the game mechanics, the gameplay, the fun factor is not as good as it was in previous years. For this company to make this game so costly to play, it shouldn't cost you this much to play this damn game because it ain't that damn good as it has been in previous years. 2K is just surviving on nostalgia at this point. 2K is just surviving on the fact that we've been playing this game since we were like 14 years old, and we're completely fucking addicted and hooked to the game, and we love the game of basketball, and this is our fucking daily driver. We play this game every day for 4 to 8 hours a day. 2K is just living off of nostalgia from past 2Ks because this one isn't as good as previous 2Ks from the past. And I would think it can't be too hard to make a good 2K game. You know, take the best parts of every 2K from past years and just combine it into one game. You know, bring back the trophy house, bring back the player market, you know, bring back limited, you know, bring back unlimited. You know, it can't be that hard to make a basketball game where, you know, you got the previous years to look back on and see what everyone liked from the previous games. Like, for example, Unlimited is way better than Showdown. If the mode wasn't broken last year and people loved Unlimited so much, if it ain't broke, why try to fix it? Why not leave it the way the fuck it was? Instead of ruining that 5v5 mode. Showdown has ruined 5v5 to the point where Park has become the main mode in this game. Nobody wants to spend $5,000 to build an elite team to go play Showdown when the mode is unrewarding, the prizes fucking suck. There's no reason, there's no purpose to play Showdown. They killed that mode. So like now Park is taking over. You know, and it's a lot cheaper to play Park. To play Park, you only need 3 good cards, tops. You know, for you to dominate in that mode and survive and have fun. You know, by making this game so damn expensive, nobody wants to play Showdown anymore. It's completely killed the mode. If it's going to cost you $3,000 to build a good Showdown team, there's not many people in today's economy that have the spare cash to spend $3,000 to build a team out just to play some Showdown when the game mechanics suck, the gameplay sucks in that mode, and the prizes and the rewards suck. It's the most unrewarding mode this year. Salary Cap, it's got better prizes. Salary Cap is way more rewarding than Showdown is this year. And I hate to say it, Salary Cap has become more fun than Showdown has this year. There's seasons 1 through 5 of Salary Cap was so much damn fun. Salary Cap wasn't fun until Dark Matters ruined that mode, and then the new cap, bringing the cap up to 30,000 salary cap really ruined the mode. But I feel like next year they gotta make this game cheaper to play and make the cards more accessible. Bring back the player market. This fucking auction house was a scam, and it's a fucking Trojan horse in disguise. They told us, oh look, we're gonna give you guys what you've been asking for, what you guys have been demanding. And yeah, they gave us back the auction house, and in return, they gave us worse pack odds. We're in fucking May, guys. In May. And the pack odds, the chance of you getting a 100 is still less than 1%. That's ridiculous. In any other game, MLB, in WWE 2K, in Madden, their pack odds are not this bad in FIFA or any of those other games. It's only NBA 2K where we fucking tell this company that it's acceptable that they give us a less than 1% pack odd chance of pulling a 100 in fucking May. The game is almost coming to an end, and we're still dealing with less than 1% pack odds? Get the fuck out of here, 2K. Shove that shit up your fucking ass. That kind of shit makes me want to walk into the fucking office of the 2K headquarters and just knock everyone the fuck out with a one punch. Like, I want to go Super Saiyan mode on them. That's how bad that fucking pisses me off. That women fucking May, you know, going into like June and shit, and the pack odds are still this fucking bad. Less than, and what does even less than 1% fucking mean? Is it 0.5%? Is it 0.2%? Is it 0.1%? Like, good lord, like, that's the biggest fucking scam ever. I don't even see how that shit is legal. I don't see how it's legal to advertise you have a 25% chance at getting Invincible or a 100 King James, and then you go to buy that fucking 51 pack box and it spits out nothing but Tony Parkers. Troy Dan should be able to sue for that shit.
Thanking you for watching. And now,
you know, that shit should be damn illegal. And I'm pretty sure it's illegal in some countries, just not here in America. But the pack odds, they suck, man. And it's crazy that 2K could advertise that you have a 25% chance at getting King James, Giannis, and KD, and you also have a chance of getting an Invincible topper. But meanwhile, if you buy that box, the only thing you're gonna get is fucking Tony Parker. Look how many. You can't even go through the point guard filter, through the 100 point guard filter, because all you're gonna run into is a bunch of Tony Parkers. Is that over flooded with Tony Parkers? That if you go to look through that filter, all you're gonna run into is Tony Parkers. Okay, I haven't got any of this shit done, guys. Okay, I'm almost done with this. Okay, I need to lock in this shit. With a Kings player. Okay, let me get this one done and out the way. But shit like that just don't make any sense to me. That this game is so damn costly to play in.
Welcome, folks.
You know, 2K knows that we've been playing this game since we were kids and how much we love this game, and they know that we're ready to spend on this game. But at some point, you gotta be wondering, like, hey, is this company taking an advantage of us? And the answer is yes. You know, they're taking advantage of us. You know, hold up, guys. I gotta change my fucking ball and shit, because okay, I'm using that over here. I'm gonna use the globe. That's what I'm gonna run with. I don't know how it got stuck on the rainbow ball, but it's been stuck there for like weeks now, and it's time to change it. Yeah, I got a lot of this done, but I still have a long way to go with this shit, man. But I'm just glad that we're at the end of 2K25, because no joke, I can't wait to delete this game quick enough and not have it take up space on my PlayStation. I haven't deleted 2K24 because I love 2K24. 2K24 is my GOAT. I probably won't delete 2K25 either. You know, I'm just joking about that because I've invested so much into the game. But I feel like for next year they have to, you know, improve pack odds, get rid of the auction house, and bring back Kobe. They need to bring back Kobe for sure.
And for the Knicks, Johnson is out there with Young.
And next year we have to be able to grind for more players. 2K24 did such a good job of, like, every fucking Tuesday promo there was grindable players that you can grind for. It didn't matter if they were invincible cards. It didn't matter if they were 100s. you were able to grind for some free players every Tuesday, and that made the game so much fun and rewarding, knowing that you were able to grind out for, you know, some of the newest 100s out there, or some of the newest invincibles out there, and that your team wasn't going to fall behind, and you were going to be able to play this game and enjoy it and keep up and compete with teams by just grinding out the game for, you know, grindable players. This year, there's no grindable players. Everything is just, you know, hey, grind for a 100 pack, hey, grind for a Dark Matter pack, and everything is just grind for an RNG pack. And I think next year, instead of the Tuesday content being so dead, they have to bring back, you know, grindable players the way it was in 2K24, where you could, you know, grind out some really good free content. I remember this time last year, during the Tuesday promo, you were able to grind for an invincible, was it an option pack? I believe it was an invincible option pack you were able to grind out for last year. So what I mean by that was, like, I remember last year, Invincible Akeem Olajuwon came out, and so there was some other Invincibles. And you can grind out the agenda, complete the challenge, and it wouldn't, my bad, it wouldn't be an option pack. It would be a pack that would spit out one of the 4 Invincibles that came out that week. So this time last year, we were able to grind out for free Invincibles last year. This year, you can't even, you know, they don't even do shit like that.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
You know, last year, you were able to grind it out for Dark Matter Steph Curry. You were able to grind it out for Dark Matter Russell Westbrook and Dark Matter Clyde Drexler. This year, there wasn't any sort of grind that was able to get you a free Dark Matter player. You had to grind it out for some packs, for some RNG packs.
Now, here's Robertson, defended by Wilkins.
So I really hope next year they bring back, you know, the ability to just grind out some, you know, grind it out for some players and make the Tuesday content better. The Tuesday content shouldn't just be super packs.
Good work there as a coach.
You know, the Tuesday content was way more than that in 2K24. You know, in 2K24, Tuesday content meant that there was players that you were going to be able to grind for, you know, within that week.
1:32 left in the first.
You know, Tuesday content wasn't just about super packs and spending money. And that's what has happened with this company. They become so greedy. It's just all about, you know, them trying to get you to spend money instead of giving you anything.
And they'll keep possession.
If this game was just a little bit more rewarding, my fun factor would be through the roof with this game, because I do like how realistic the game has become. You know, I know some people prefer the arcadiness of 2K24. I like both of them. I love both gameplays. I just don't like how unrewarding this game is and how the prizes suck ass this year. And if they just made the game more rewarding and more giving. It's a game. It should be more giving. You shouldn't have to give more money back to this company after you paid to buy the game.
Drops in the layup for 2.
You know,
and I like to see this. They're calling his number early.
Like I said, last year I must have dropped like about $4,500 on the game last year. I don't want to drop that kind of money every year on the game just to have fucking fun. At one point, you get fucking tired of dropping that kind of money on the game just to enjoy it. I mean, I got HOA fees to pay. I got fucking taxes to pay. I got fucking, you know, bills to pay. You know, you shouldn't have to pay, you know. It costs me more to play NBA2K than it does my cable bill, my internet.
17 seconds left to play here in the first.
You know, and that shouldn't be the case.
It's rebounded by Robertson.
I shouldn't have to pay a card note to play this game.
A breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get.
You know, this summer, I've got a 2021 Toyota Camry. My Camry broke down with some major problems. My AC unit broke down on the first day of summer. My girl was like, "Where the fuck is all of your damn money?" I was like, "Oh my God," I couldn't even answer the question. I didn't even want to tell her where all my money's been going to, you know, and she was fucking pissed off. So, you know, don't let this game take your paycheck. Don't let this game take your savings. Don't let this game take, you know, so much money out of your bank account, guys. Go invest in property. Go invest in, you know, something that's worth investing into. You know, go invest into the stock market. Fuck
More rebounds means more possession.
Go invest your money into some real gambling and go, you know, go hit a Prize Picks. You know, just don't gamble your money away on some digital cards you can't even use the next year.
Also, George out there.
You know, that's another thing. If 2K wants to be such a costly game, we shouldn't have to buy this game every damn year. You know, it should be like fucking Fortnite, where the game is free and you just gotta spend on the game as you go. But you know, if you gotta put this much money into the game as you're playing it, you shouldn't have to buy it every year and renew it.
For three, Wilkins. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, that's a great find by Mutombo. A guy who always seems to make the right play.
But as much as I hate to admit it, this company isn't gonna change a damn thing until the community changes. And we're all too fucking hooked on this game. We're all a bunch of basketball addicts. We're all a bunch of video game addicts. We're all a bunch of fucking hack addicts. And 2K knows that, and they know they got us. And why would they change anything?
Crafty move there by Young.
Like I said, the only reason why I got a PlayStation 5 is just to play 2K. And I eventually want to get that boxing game, but 2K20, NBA 2K is my daily driver. It's the game I play every day for like 6 to 8 hours, if not more. And I'm not that big into movies anymore or TV shows because there hasn't been a good TV show put out in years or a good movie. There hasn't been really that many good movies that have come out recently. So I'm not really that into that many things besides playing 2K nowadays. And I'll play this game regardless. I hate to say that, but it doesn't make me not want to see this game in a better place. You know, and I feel like this game could be like it could be a top 5 game every fucking year if they just gave back to their community. If they just gave more back to the no money spent community. If they made this game more rewarding, you know, with better prizes and better rewards. This could be one of the top 5 games every single year that people look forward to. But instead, it's just one of the top 5 games that people complain about every fucking year on how they can make it better.
Mutombo passes to Johnson.
No, this shouldn't be that way.
He has 6.
Yo, what up, Hem? How you doing, my dude?
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details.
Hem, what are you up to? You been grinding out this game today? Are you running Park? You running Showdown? Are you completing challenges? Are you working the event and the MT method? Let me know what you're up to. I'm just over here grinding out these events like always, grinding this fucking game away, grinding my life away, and trying to make sure I don't leave any of these event cards on the table, and I'm not leaving any MT on the table. Because like I said, if it's free MT, it is for me. And anytime this company allows you to get some free MT, you gotta get that shit.
No good with the layup. Young's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Pass to Theus.
Nice, Hem. And Hem, that's what I'm trying to tell people is that, and I don't know how you're doing your MT method, Hem, but like JC2K and DBG and Ty Debo are just telling people to break down their event cards and to break them down into diamond form and then quick sell your diamond cards once you overflood the system with diamond cards, once you overflow your account with diamond cards. That is the quickest way to make MT off of your event cards, but you're also going to make the least amount of MT off of your event cards that way. If you break down your cards that way, each gold card is only worth 150,000 MT. But if you do the other MT methods, which is break down your cards to the pink diamonds, once you've broken all your cards down to pink diamond form, you then exchange them for sneaker and takeover boost. Those diamond sneakers are all worth 300 MT on a quick sell. But if you put all of your sneakers and all of your takeover boosts into the auction house, you're going to make about 2,000 MT per sneaker, and you're going to make about 350 MT per takeover boost, when some of them are only worth 25 MT on a quick sell. So just don't break your event cards down into diamonds and quick sell them. Just don't break your cards down to sneaker and takeover boost and quick sell that. Take your time to put it into the auction house, put everything into the auction house, and you can make $1 million MT off of the events easily. You can make $2 million MT off of the events easily. I now have 300 pages, almost 300 pages worth of diamond sneakers and takeover boosts to add into the auction house. How much MT do you think I'm going to make off of that? A ton. I'm going to be like Scrooge McDuck, just swimming in the gold coins. That's how much MT I'm going to make off of that for the end of this game. So when I tell people to do the MT method, do it correctly. And don't quick sell your diamond. Don't break them into diamond cards and quick sell them. Don't just exchange them for sneaker and takeover boost and quick sell that. Take your time and list everything into the auction house. You're going to see how quickly you're going to rack up a lot of MT. It's going to take you some time, but your MT is going to stack up through the roof.
First 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They're up by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second.
Like I said, I'm doing the MT method where I break it down to pink diamonds. From there, I take my pink diamond cards and I exchange them for sneaker and takeover boost packs. From there, I list every sneaker and every takeover boost into the auction house. Also, guys, another tip I want to give you is remember, Satellite and Chef, those 2 takeovers go for 2,000 MT each in the auction house. So anytime you see those 2 takeover boosts come out of your pack, that's an instant 2,000 MT for Chef and Satellite takeover. Make sure you don't quick sell those. Make sure you list them into the auction house because you're gonna get 2,000 MT for those 2 cards each. So that's how I work the MT method, and that's how I was able to get to 11.7 million MT for the end game. You know, people are always asking me, Indy, how do you have 10 million MT? I've been grinding out the events. I've been doing the MT method, and you know, selling any sort of good cards that I get from any sort of good pulls. Usually, if I pull like a really good card, I sell it instantly. That's another thing I've been doing.
Then it's Johnson, and it's Young in at the point guard position.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket.
Okay, hold up. I forgot. I've got to get a Laker in the team. Do I have any Lakers on this team right now?
And Robertson has it in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
This game is going to end in like 5 minutes, and then I'm going to complete some other challenges.
Johnson, excellent at just getting up to drop the hammer.
Oh, Jay, on Friday, I'm either going to open up a Hall of Fame box or I'm going to open up the GOAT pack, the 51-pack box. But it really depends on what GOAT card they're going to drop. If it's a GOAT card that I'm really interested in, I will open up the 51-pack box on Friday. If it's not a GOAT card that I'm interested in, then I'm going to open up the Hall of Fame box and continue stacking up MT from the 3 event cards. But that's what I'm going to do on Friday. That's my plan for this Friday, is to open up one of those 2 boxes, either the 51-pack or the Hall of Fame box. But trust me when I say I've been itching to open up a box like for the longest now. And now that I'm back at work, you know, I'm going to be ripping a box at least once a week. And you know, considering the fact that 2K26 is right around the corner, I think we're only like 3 months away from 2K26. I don't want to overspend on this game, considering that we have to start all over from the beginning again. So the most I'm going to be spending is maybe like $100 a week. I don't think that's too bad. But that's the most I want to spend.
59 seconds left in the
there are some streamers out there that have completely stopped spending on the game whatsoever. The only streamer that I can think of that's still really spending on the game is just Decentric. That's what makes him the GOAT. But I'm at least going to be ripping 1 box per week. And I just want to see which GOAT card they're going to drop. So I'm waiting for those Thursday leaks. But if it's like let's say if the GOAT card they drop this week is GOAT Dirk Nowitzki, I'm not going to rip a 51-pack box for GOAT Dirk Nowitzki, but I will rip a Hall of Fame box in hopes of getting like a really good 100 or maybe like an invincible out of it. But I think ripping the Hall of Fame box is the only thing that's kind of worth it nowadays, because you do get to make MT off of those event cards. So that's the only thing. I'm basically buying the Hall of Fame box just to make MT off of the game. I don't ever use those event cards to get anything out of the exchange. I don't think anything in the exchange is worth the hefty price that they're demanding. So anytime I rip a Hall of Fame box, I always turn the event cards into MT. And then I just go buy the card that I want out of the auction house. Right now, if you buy a Hall of Fame box and you break down those 3 event cards into MT, you can make 450,000 MT off of the quick sell. You can basically go into the auction house and buy whatever 100 you want instead of using those 3 event cards and risking it on a 100 RNG pack. Yo, what's good, Corby? I didn't even see you come into the room, Corby. How you been, my dude? No, Jay, if it is GOAT, there's let me tell you which players I would rip for. I would rip for a GOAT Akeem, and I would rip for a GOAT David Robinson. I also think I don't think they're gonna drop a GOAT Akeem Olajuwon or a GOAT David Robinson, but I think they're gonna drop an invincible David Robinson and an invincible Akeem. I would rip for an invincible David Robinson and an invincible Akeem Olajuwon. Those cards I would definitely rip for. Akeem Olajuwon and David Robinson are my 2 favorite bigs to play with in the game of 2K. I love playing with these bigs. They're a must-have for me. Having Akeem Olajuwon and David Robinson, for me, they're a must-have. I mean, they're always going to be on my team.
The basket good off the assist from Young.
And they have been
GOAT Wilt. I would rather rip for a GOAT Shaq, but I would maybe rip for a GOAT Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain had a really good release this year. His jumper was pretty smooth. I want to say they gave Wilt Chamberlain this year a better release than they gave Shaq. To me, 100 Shaq, 100 Wilt was just as good, if not better, than 100 Shaq. Anytime I ran into 100 Wilt at the park, he looked like a beast, and he was able to shoot really good. So to me, this year, 100 Wilt was better than 100 Shaq. And if they give us a GOAT Chamberlain, which they did not give us that last year, a GOAT Wilt Chamberlain would be amazing. I would rip for a GOAT Wilt Chamberlain. But if they give us like a GOAT Dirk Nowitzki, I wouldn't rip for GOAT Dirk Nowitzki. I can't see myself ripping for a GOAT Kevin Durant. I don't know. It really does depend on which GOAT card they're going to drop. But whatever GOAT card they drop, I still have 6 million MT. I'm definitely going to, even if I don't pull him, I'm going to get that card out of the auction house when he goes down in price. But if they give us something stupid like a GOAT Ja Morant, I wouldn't be ripping for, or like a GOAT Steph Curry. You wouldn't catch me ripping for a GOAT Steph Curry or something like that. It has to be the right player. You know, if you're gonna spend your money, considering that it's the end of the game, if you're gonna spend your money on this game, it's gotta, you know, it's gotta be something that's worth it, and it's gotta be something that's slightly attainable. And you know, right now I think trying to get a GOAT card from ripping packs is damn near impossible. I do think that you can get lucky and pull an invincible, so I'm hoping they drop invincible Akeem or invincible D-Rob. I do think I can get lucky enough to pull an invincible, but that's it. Maybe a 100. Jacob, let me tell you, by the time not in season 7, but I guarantee that somewhere in season 8, maybe in the first week of season 8, they're gonna drop a 100 Wemby, or they're gonna drop a dark matter Wemby. This company is not gonna pass up the opportunity to make money off of Wemby in every single tier. Just the way that they already had an invincible King James. There was no reason to drop a 100 King James in the market, but they dropped the 100 King James because they know people are gonna rip for it. They know there's a lot of people that can't afford to get their hands on the invincible King James, and that they're never going to be able to afford the invincible King James and stack up that MT with only like 2 seasons left in the game. So for those people that couldn't get the Invincible King James, they know that those people are definitely going to rip packs for the 100 King James. And they know those same people that couldn't get Invincible Wemby will rip packs again to see if they can get a 100 Wemby. So I can guarantee you by season 8, they're going to drop either a Dark Matter Wemby or they're going to drop a 100 Wemby. But it's coming soon.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get
And, you know, they'll give us a second chance to get that Wemby. It's just not going to be the Invincible Wemby. It's going to be the 100 Wemby. And he won't be as good. But they will give you the chance to get a... They will... Trust me when I say that 2K will give you the chance to spend your money to get yourself a 100 Wemby. They're definitely going to give you the chance to get yourself... To give yourself the chance at another Wemby. And remember... They're not. The chances of pulling a 100 Wemby is also going to be slim to none. They're just selling you on the chance, the hope to get that 100 Wemby, because 100 Wemby is also going to be very expensive in the market. 100 King James is 2 million MT, 2 to 3 million MT, depending on how many badges he's got. A 100 Wemby is easily going to be 4 million, 5 million MT, just like the way 100 Yao is 5 million MT. So 100 Wemby, even if they give you a second chance to get Wemby, you know, they put them back in packs, that's all they're gonna give you. That's all they're selling you on is chance and hope, because the chances of you pulling them is gonna be slim to none, and the chances of you having enough MT to get that 100 Wemby out of the auction house, that's also slim to none. 100 Wemby is easily gonna be 5 million MT, but he's coming soon. 2K is definitely going to give people the hope that they have a chance at getting him. They're definitely going to give you the opportunity to rip again for him.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
But that's going to happen in season 8.
It's rebounded by New York.
And that's going to get people really hyped up, the chance to get a 100 Wemby, or the chance to get him for a cheaper price.
Let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
But in this stage of the game, I don't know if many people have a lot of MT left. You know, I don't know how many people truly have, 5-6 million MT left in their account. Because it's the end of the game. If you got that type of MT, it's time to start, spending. It's time to splurge and enjoy the game. Like I said, I had 11.7 million MT. I basically had 12 million MT, and it was time for me to start spending. Hold on, guys. Somebody's calling me. I'll be right back.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Hold on, guys. It's my mom's. Let me see what my mother wants. You always got to pick up. Anytime that your mom's calls, you got to pick up for Mama Dukes. Let's see. I'm calling her back, and she is not. Hey, Mom. What's up, Mom? I'm playing video games and streaming like always. What are you doing? Are you going to be home anytime soon? She's at work, like always. He's with his Nana. He's with Alana's mom.
They didn't make it easy on themselves or their families.
Okay, are you coming over here or are you going to spend the night at Monica's house? Okay, well, don't come home making a bunch of noise because I'm streaming right now. And, alright, well then come home later because I haven't seen you the whole week and I miss you. Alright, love you, Mom. I miss you. I spoke to Elijah last night, but I have not spoken to him today. Alright, I love you. Tell Jack I love him. I love you. That was Mama Dukes. And anytime your mother calls, you should pick up the phone. You should never ignore your mother when she calls because you never know if it's an emergency or something is going on and she needs your help. So anytime Mama Dukes calls, you got to pick up your phone, guys. Okay, let's see what I've got done so far. Yo, what up, Stizzo? Stizzo, when are me and you gonna play some showdown, some one-on-one, some 5v5? Make sure you add me to PlayStation Network, dog. You know you my boy, Stizzo. Add me to PlayStation, Indy2k_. Me and you should have been playing some games of 5v5 against each other this whole time. Okay, get 35 rebounds and blocks with a Kings player. Okay, I got to get a Kings player in this lineup. That's going to take a long-ass time to do. To be honest, I don't even know if I have any good Kings players in my lineup. So, you got to win a game using 5 Hawks and another game using 5 Kings. Okay, I'm going to build the lineup using 5 Hawks real quick. I've got 3 of them in the lineup so far, so this shouldn't take too long. Guys, if you don't know who Stizzo is, check out his channel. He's got a great channel. He's always grinding out the game. He's always streaming the game, and the dude is hella funny. So make sure you check out his channel. I want to say he's one of the few non-toxic people that we have in this 2K community. Most of the 2K community is pretty damn toxic. Stizzo is not one of those people. He's real positive, real funny. Make sure you check out his channel. Much love.
I just be watching and not home. We just gotta lock it in.
Oh, anytime, Stizzo. I know I'm always on the game like super late at night, or I'm on the game like super early. But we gotta find a time where we're both on the game at the same time and able to play against each other. That'd be super fun. I always appreciate you, Stizzo. I appreciate you coming through, big dog.
The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin.
What I like about Stizzo is that during his live stream, he comes out with that fucking mask. And he looks like Kane out there. He looks like Kane and The Undertaker or some shit. And I remember when I first discovered Stizzo in his channel, I thought he was like so intimidating with that mask on. But now I just think it's a great fucking gimmick, and it's great branding and shit. Like stuff like that makes him stick out from the other streamers, and it makes him pretty unforgettable. So ever since I discovered Stizzo, I've been watching his live streams all the time. He's always grinding out the game. He's always playing Showdown. He doesn't fucking duck any challenges. He doesn't duck that smoke. And he's always playing Showdown. He ain't over there running some bullshit park, hiding out in the park and stuff like other streamers. He's out there playing the real mode, playing the man's game, playing the big boy mode. He's always playing 5v5.
Smith with the assist that time.
So make sure you check out my boy Stizzo.
Against Young.
Yeah, guys, I'm just trying to complete these boring challenges, and I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I do these challenges, because they suck ass trying to complete this shit alone, and I be falling asleep in front of the TV with the game on, trying to complete this shit by myself. It just gets boring as fuck. Like, you can't leave any of this MT on the table. And 2K keeps you grinding out this game like it's a part-time job, man. And I'd rather do this with the homies from the chat than grind this shit out by myself. And I'm also, when the game pisses me off, I need somebody to vent off to. You know, I need to vent out about the game sometimes. Sometimes the gameplay, the game mechanic pisses me off. Sometimes the auction house be pissing me off. There's always going to be something that pisses you off about this game. Showdown being too sweaty, the park being too sweaty, salary cap being too sweaty. There's always going to be something to piss you off about this game. And I feel like if you need a place to vent out or talk about the game, or talk about either how much you love it or how much it's pissing you off at the moment, you can just come here and chill and hang out and shoot the shit, because I'm always talking about 2K. There's a reason why they call me Indie 2K all day, every day, in the house and the place to be, because from the minute I wake up, I'm just grinding out the game, and I'm in the house, just fucking playing the game.
That's what Trey is, but what he can do offensively.
And that's how I came up with the name Indie 2K, because I was always just grinding out the game by myself, and I got tired of being Indie 2K. I wanted to, have some homies to run with, and run some games of Showdown, with the people from the chat, or run some park with the people from the chat. I got tired of being Indie 2K and just grinding out this game by myself.
Inexcusable. And I
hanging out with you guys and playing you guys in Showdown, playing the homies from the chat in Showdown, or running park with the homies from the chat. That's what made 2K25 so much fun for me. That's the only thing that really made this game so tolerable, even tolerable. The game mechanics, the gameplay wasn't that great this year. The game was really unrewarding. The prizes suck ass, and what made this game fun this year was hanging out and grinding the game with the people from the chat and running park with people from the chat or playing against them in Showdown. That's what made 2K25 fun for me this year. It definitely wasn't because the game was so damn rewarding, or packs were so giving this year. That's the shit that pissed me off about the game this year, was how unrewarding pack ripping was. I love ripping packs, and this year, after a while, I just couldn't bring myself to rip packs anymore, considering that they weren't giving me shit. And I don't know if 2K be watching my streams or anything, but this is a simple message to 2K. 2K, you want people to spend money on ripping packs? Well, then you got to give us something in return. You got to give us the shit that we want in return. There's a reason why we're ripping packs. So we're trying to get particular cards. So if you want us to continue ripping packs, you got to give us what we want. You want us to continue spending money? We want to get the good cards out of the promos. We don't want Tony Parker. We want LeBron James. We want that invincible Wemby. We want GOAT Michael Jordan. We don't want fucking Tony Parker. So if 2K wants people to spend money on the game, they gotta be a little bit more giving. They can't expect people to want to spend money on this game and then hand them a hot pile of shit, in return. Here, you gave us a Hondo, and we're gonna give you a hot pile of shit, a steaming hot pile of shit in return. We ain't gonna give you what you want. You want that King James? You want that fucking GOAT Michael Jordan? We just gave your ass Tony Parker. And I can't give this company $100 and they give me Tony Parker. That's a fucking scam right there. Now I will rip open a Hall of Fame box from time to time because I still think those are worth it. I will rip open I will do the Hall of Fame pass and the level skips because I think the level 40 prize is always worth it. But ripping those 51 pack boxes, man, that's become the biggest scam ever. All you're gonna get right now is a 100 card that's outdated, that ain't even worth that much in the auction house.
That's good, and it's Marion with the assist.
So I don't know, but 2K got to change some things next year. That's for sure. They can't expect people to want to continue spending, and then they don't get anything in return.
He's too good a finisher to blow that.
It just Stizzo, it just burns out the whole fucking community. And I'm not speaking just because I'm a content creator or I'm a streamer and I need to get some good pulls because I'm making videos out of it. I'm talking about for people in general. It burns people the fuck out when they're ripping Hall of Fame boxes and all they get is duplicates. It burns people out when they rip fucking 51 pack boxes and they get a Tony Parker, a worthless fucking topper. So 2K needs to stop burning out the community because pretty soon they won't have anyone left to burn out. They won't have people that are going to want to rip packs. And that's why 2K has to make the game more and more expensive each year. It's not because 2K is greedy and gets greedier each year. It's because the 2K community gets burnt out from the previous years before and the community gets smaller and smaller. So the only way 2K could keep making money off of their community that they have left is to charge more for, the packs and give you shittier pack odds and make you rip more. But that's the reason why we got shittier pack odds. That's the reason why the game is more costly to play this year. It's because the community, the 2K community has shrunk. And if the community has shrunk, you got to find a way to keep making the same amount of money that you make in previous years off of the community you have left. So you have to charge them more for shit, and you have to give them worse pack odds, and you have to make them rip more. And that's the whole reason why the game has gotten so much more expensive to play. Because each year they're burning out the fucking fan base, and the fan base is getting smaller and smaller each year. And those are the simple facts. That's not, me trying to be negative. It's that they're burning people out with how much it costs to play this game every fucking year. You can't play this game for 3 years in a row and then afterwards be like, man, I just dropped fucking $12,000 to play this game the last 3 years in a row. You could have paid off your car. You could have put a down payment on a house. You could have had the dopest Air Jordan collection ever with that kind of money you'd be spending on this game. You can have the dopest gear in your closet with the kind of money you spend in your game. You can smoke the finest cannabis with the kind of money you spend per year on this game. And it shouldn't cost that much to play this game. This game shouldn't cost as much as my weed habit. It shouldn't. This game shouldn't cost as much as my car payment. This game shouldn't cost me a rent payment or a mortgage. This game shouldn't cost you a paycheck. And it burns out so much of their community each year that each year the community gets smaller and smaller. So they have to make the game more expensive to play so they can make the same kind of profit off of it each year. 2K isn't in the business of losing profit each year. They got to find a way to keep their sales numbers up, to keep their money numbers up. Either if the community is smaller or it's bigger, they got to find a way to make that money off of the community they have at the moment. And the community's definitely shrunk. And so that's why they have to upcharge. You know, maybe if there was a ton of people on this game the way there was on 2K14, 2K16, 2K19, maybe 2K could loosen up the belt a little bit and charge us less for it. But there isn't that many people on the game anymore. So they have to charge more to play it.
And here we go.
And those are the facts.
No good on that one. Good work defensively by Marion. Round the pass to Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
But this game could easily be a top 5 game every year. A top 5 game, you know, a game that everyone anticipates every single year. It should be a top 5 game because it's a basketball game. And the game of basketball is such a huge global game. It's such a big game on a global scale that there's no reason why a basketball game shouldn't be a top 5 game every single year. And if 2K was just more giving with it, and if this game was just cheaper to play, and the game mechanics were better, this could easily be a top 5 game, you know, a top 5 selling game every single year for the whole year. Because basketball is played on a global scale. This game should be selling on a global scale. But instead, you know, the game is so expensive, it's just burnt out the community. There's not many people left playing it. You shouldn't have to make 6 figures to play this game. You know what I mean, guys? You shouldn't have to make 6 figures to play a basketball game or to play any video game.
Jordan passes to Robinson. And the shot falls short this
But I'm sure that 2K really banks off of the
competitive game so far.
I want to say the really rich people, that the 1% of players that play this, people that play this game that are really super wealthy on a different level. There's people out there that spend probably 10, 20, 30, 40,000 a year on this game. Celebrities, athletes that spend that much money on this game a year, and they don't even blink an eye at how much they spend on this game. There's whales out there that's, you know, you don't think millionaires like to play video games? There's millionaires out there that spend 10, 20, 30, 40,000 on this game a year. Troy Dan, I don't think Troy Dan's a millionaire, but in just the last month, Troy Dan has spent $6,000 on this game. Trust me, there's people out there like Troy Dan that are spending that type of money, if not more, on this game. So until people stop spending on this game, 2K is never going to change a damn thing about it. You know, they're going to be like, hey, these idiots are just going to keep on spending. Whether the pack odds say less than one, they can drop a new promo this Friday, and the pack odds could be 0% at getting an event, getting a GOAT card, and we're still gonna rip packs trying to get that GOAT card like a bunch of fucking idiots. You know, so 2K knows that, and they're like, hey, look, you can give these people the worst pack odds ever, and they're still gonna continue ripping packs for these cards. And I want to say it's borderline addiction and obsession. But I really do love watching basketball. I love playing basketball all day, and you know, so I'm going to continue playing this game whether or not, you know, they change things. But I really do wish they would change some things about it.
Johnson from outside, drills it from outside. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Dominique Wilkins. David?
But I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with these challenges.
And guys, unfortunately, he has a collapsed lung. Obviously, that's very bad news. Unfortunately, they've ruled him out.
I want to say, like, maybe in the next hour or so, I got to get ready for work, so I'm probably going to take off around 5. I'll probably be on the sticks for like another hour or 2. If anybody wants to play any showdown, or if anyone wants to run any park, let me know. I'll take a break from these challenges that I'm trying to complete, but if not, I'm gonna just continue grinding out these challenges. That's what I do nowadays. I'm kind of known for grinding out the game. I don't know how I became such an elite grinder, but I think it was basically out of necessity to not spend on the game. Even if you rip packs, if you don't get lucky when you're ripping packs, you still can't stack MT. So I always tell people the best way to stack up MT is just to grind out these events while you can. Get every single event card that you can get. Complete all the challenges. Break down your event cards to MT. And that's the best way you can stack up MT in this game. Because even by ripping packs, you could rip packs. You could rip 3 boxes right now and get 3 Tony Parker toppers, and you're not gonna stack up any MT doing that. So the only way to stack up MT in this game is grind out the events, grind out domination, and grind out the events. Yo, what up, Paradox? Yo, we got my 2 boys in the house. We got Paradox and we got Stizzo in the house. Paradox is another great, positive, non-toxic person in this community, and we need more people like Stizzo and Paradox in this community. And that's what I'm trying to do over here with my channel, is build a community of like real positive people and non-toxic people that just want to enjoy the game because they love the game just as much as I do. They're just as passionate about the game, and they're always on it just like me. So if that's you, this is the perfect channel for you, because I can sit here and talk about NBA 2K all day.
Right side from Robertson. That shot is off.
Alright, Paradox, we can run a game. Let me just get some of these challenges out the way. I'll play this last game and we can run some 5v5. Like I said, I'm always down to play anyone from the chat. I never duck a challenge, and I'm real competitive, so I'm always up for a good challenge. I'm always up for a good friendly game of 5v5.
And it's Kaman with the rebound. Kaman's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. It's deflected.
And like I said, I always take my W's and my L's like a man. If I win, it's great. If I lose, you got to take your losses like a man. If you're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games. You can't really be sour about the games you lose. You can't be too down about it.
And the range that Young has is considerable. His three-pointer is a sharp weapon in his arsenal.
Actually want to play some 5v5, because there are some motherfuckers out there. I've been asking some people to play me in some 5v5 since like Christmas, and there are some people that will sit there and just duck you the whole year. They don't want none of that smoke. I don't know if they scared, or they don't want to be embarrassed, or they just don't want to lose. They don't want to take the chance of losing. But I think it's absolutely no fun when you can't get your homies to play you in some 5v5. There's no reason to be, take it that seriously. It's just a game. But there's been so many people that I've been trying to get to play me since like Christmas. And there's some people